Well, good afternoon or good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's FA Trophy game. This is the third qualifying round of the Build Base FA Trophy as Slough Town welcome Hendon FC to Arbour Park for tonight's game. It's a rather chilly evening here at Arbour Park. It's filled up quite nicely here. There are still, I believe, some FA Cup tickets that have been on sale for next Monday's game against Rochdale. So if you haven't already got those, I think they're going to have been sold out by the end of this evening. But there you go. This is Rebels Radio. My name is Aid, and we will bring you all of the action from tonight's game. Just a reminder that this game would go to extra time if the scores are level at the end of 90 minutes or 94, whatever the referee plays on. So the full time, if it's end of that, will go to extra time, and then after extra time, if it's still level, then the game will go to penalties. And yes, so we could be in for quite a long evening. Let's hope not. Let's hope for a nice quiet evening. A 1-goal win for either side would be good, and then that way we can all go home and get warm and wait for the freeze to come tomorrow that is due. So there you go. So we will run through the two sides with you today. There's also some Southern Premier League games going on as well. We'll keep you up to date with the scores from those, and there are some FA Trophy replays, and the winners of tonight's tie will be at home to either Bath City or Margate, who are playing today. That has got to be a heck of a journey if you actually were a Margate fan and living in Margate. Margate to Bath, you know, it's not an easy journey there. So not the best of ties. That game is actually not a replay. That is the third qualifying round, because there was an issue with Margate and Egham, and yes, so there you go. So that's actually not a replay. So that game could, if a draw, go to a replay. But there you go. I'll run through those different things for you. And yes, so there you go. So this is Rebels Radio. It's brought to you by our two sponsors. They are My Football Club, the online community system. You can go on their website. If you look on Pitchero or Pitchero, whichever way you'd like to pronounce it, excuse me, and then you can come on to that, and you can look on that and look under My FC. You'll see their latest forum with all their bits and bobs on there. And then also our other sponsors are the Slough Town Supporters Trust, and you can always look at their website for what they do for the football club in the community, and also for the latest away travel, just to let you know that there are 3 upcoming games for the Rebels, and they will start on Monday the 4th of December, the FA Cup game here against Rochdale, the first time that Slough have been on TV since Road Wars or The Office. That's the last time you normally see Slough on TV. Yeah, so Slough will be on there. It's 7:45 kickoff, and it is live on BT Sport. Now, we are not sure at the moment whether we will be broadcasting on that evening. It isn't in our hands, unfortunately, but we will let you know as soon as we know that we can broadcast whether we will. I got a funny feeling that we might not be broadcasting, but we will keep you informed. Anyway, if you would like to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio, you can do that through 2 ways. You can do that on Twitter. Twitter handle, or whatever it's called, is at MyFC Rebels Radio. That's all one word, MyFC Rebels Radio. And it's all in small case writing, letters, words, whatever it is, I can't remember. All in small thingamajiggies, yes. Small case. You can do that, come through to us, or if you're listening via the YouTube, you should be able to see that on your screen there's a bit that says comments, and on the comments bit you can put a comment. It'll come through to us here, and you can see comments from other users as well. There is like a little live chat room going on there. Please keep it clean. I always wanted to say that. Okay, so some of the other games going on in the FA Trophy this evening is the Bath City and Margate. That's the next game. It's a home tie for either Slough or Hendon, the winners of tonight's game. Then you've got Bognor versus Hemel Hempstead, Royston Town from the Southern Premier versus Eastbourne Borough, Warrington versus Tamworth, and Workington versus Glossop North End. Those are the other games going on in the FA Trophy, the Build-Based FA Trophy, we should call that. And also in the Southern Premier League tonight, we've got a very good fixture list. It's Banbury versus Kettering, Basingstoke versus Weymouth, Biggleswade versus Kings Lynn, Bishop Stortford versus Dunstable, Chesham versus Stratford, Gosport Borough versus Kings Langley, St Ives versus Hitchin, and Tiverton versus Merthyr. Those are the games in the Southern Premier League. I'll run through the two sides with you for this replay clash, starting with Hendon. Hendon have two changes from Saturday's starting 11. In goal for them is their first change is Daniel Purdue. 2 is Jake Eggleton. 3, Sam Murphy. Next change is 4, Dave Dehu. 5 is Rian Bray. 6, and the captain is Arthur Lee. 7 is Daniel Uchechi. 8 is Michael Corcoran. 9 is Zach Joseph. 10 is Nico Moore. And 11 is Ashley Nathaniel George. Substitutes for Hendon, my apologies sir, my brain went dead there, I was trying to think of who the missing person was, is Casey McLaren, wearing 12. 13 is Hartley Wise, 14 Matt Ball, 15 Kizzy Ibby, and 16 is Keegan Cole. The two changes for them are in goal, Daniel Purdue coming in for Tom Lovelock and Dave Dehu coming in for Casey McLaren. For the Rebels, there's two changes for the Rebels. In goal is Jack Turner. 2 is Free then, isn't there? 2 is Sean Fraser. 3 is Josh Chapman. 4 is Guy Hollis. 5 is Captain Mark Nisbet. 6 is Lee Togwell. 7 James Dobson. 8 Simon Dunn. 9 Matt Lynch. 10 is Nathan Webb. And 11 is Warren Harris. Substitutes for the Rebels are 12 George Wells. 14 Nathan Smart. 15 Tom Biss. And 16 is Manny Williams. The changes for the Rebels are Sean Fraser coming in at 2. Mark Nisbet coming in back in the centre, back at 5, and then Simon Dunn coming into the midfield. Those are your 3 changes for the Rebels this evening. The tunnel has just come over, so we are not far away from today's game. Your match officials this evening are Alex Raymond, who's your referee, and his 2 assistants are Mark Stevens and Tom Raffaram. So those are your officials for tonight's game. And it's couple of games coming up for you. So after Rochdale on the 4th of December, Slough will be at home on the 9th of December, where they will be at home to Bishop Stortford, and then on the Monday after they will be away. That's the 11th of December, where they are away to Hitchin. So those are the 3 upcoming games for the Rebels, and it's a busy period for the Slough team, with lots of games coming on during this Christmas period as it comes into December. Have you got your Christmas tree lights up yet? Do you know what? I tell you what, our Christmas tree, we packed away. We didn't leave it up all year, but it's actually been in a box in the living room for about 11 months, actually. Because it's handy, you never know when Christmas might be needed. So, yes, it's not because I'm lazy and can't be bothered to go put it in the loft. That's not the reason at all. And so there you go. I will run through the 2 teams with you again in a second, just before the kick-off. We're just waiting for the 2 sides to come out. And it's quite a chilly evening here. It's filling up quite nicely though here at Arthur Park, and it looks like there's a good crowd. There's also a TV company here tonight filming as well for part of the FA Cup preview for the BBC for this weekend. The games start on the Friday evening, where I believe it is AFC Fylde versus somebody. I can't remember who. Wigan. There you go. AFC Fylde versus Wigan. So that's it, and it is the FA Cup weekend coming up. And just a reminder, obviously, that the 3rd round draw for the FA Cup will be on Monday. So Slough will, by default, actually be in the 3rd round proper of the FA Cup. So there you go. And you can just waiting for a few people just to come around here. Still waiting for the referee and the 2 sides to pop out. The bar is just clearing behind us. Mr. Beckett is just walking past there, and I can just see to our right, literally in touching distance, is a scout from Rochdale. He's here. He's got a laptop. He's got the positions. He's got a big notepad. He was there on Saturday. He's here to watch the Rebels. So maybe the Rebels have got Rochdale on the ropes already. But we will continue with tonight's game. As we are approaching kick-off, I will run through the 2 starting lineups for you again. Starting with Hendon. In goal is Daniel Purdue. 2 is Jake Eggleton. 3 Sam Murphy. 4 is Dave Dehu. 5 Rian Bray. 6 and the captain is Arthur Lee. 7 Daniel Uchechi. 8 is Michael Corcoran, 9 Zach Joseph, 10 Nico Muir, and 11 is Ashley Nathaniel George. For the Rebels, Jack Turner in goal, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 is Josh Jackman, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 and the captain Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 is James Dobson, 8 Simon Dunn, 9 Matt Lynch, 10 is Nathan Webb, and 11 is Warren Harris. There are no official strikers on the pitch for the Rebels this evening, so we will wonder who will line up in what position and see what goes on. And just people shouting in your ear. It's lovely. There's the two sides come out. Hendon are in their green shirts, white shorts and white socks. Slough in their home kit of amber shirts with blue shorts and blue socks, as they all come out here for this shaking of the hands and introduction. We shall just keep our eye on the time. A little bit late kicking off here already, and it's quite a chilly evening here. Quite a few. In fact, I was just looking to see that only 3 Slough players haven't got Under Armour. That's the kind of base layers that you get under to keep you warm. The Hendon team are made of sterner stuff. They've only got 2 players, sorry, who have got Under Armours on. So they're braving the weather a little bit braver than the Slough players. Just going to see how the Rebels line up. It does look as though Josh Jackman, wearing 3, will play as left back. And it could well be that up front is Matt Lynch, with Nathan Webb playing in a 10 role. Warren Harris on the right. Seems to be how Slough are lining up. And so we're just waiting for the referee, Mr. Alex Raymond, to get a grip on the game and get everything ordered and started. So just a reminder, if you do want to get in contact with us here today at Rebels Radio, you can do it via 2 ways. You can do it on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio, all one word, all in lowercase. If you're listening via the YouTube, there's a little comment section and it will come through to us here. We'll give you a shout out. Tell us who you are, where you're listening from, and we'll give you a good shout out. Ian's listening already. Good afternoon, even. Good evening. How are you? And we are just waiting. The referee and the 2 captains have met. They've shaken hands. Slough will be shooting in this first half from right to left. We're just going to see who's going to have the kickoff as we wait for this Build-Based FA Trophy third qualifying round game to start. It looks as though Hendon will have the kickoff with the dangerous Nico Moore, the Bostik League's leading goal scorer in the Premier Bostik League, with 20 goals. And it looks as though Hendon will have the kick-off this evening. As the stadium announcer just goes through, the assistant referee just sitting on you. People just going to stand right there. It's a good idea, isn't it? Okay, so we're just waiting for the referee to get today's game underway. Very late starting here. And it is a start for... Well, Hendon have the ball here and they play it back here to the captain Lee. Lee immediately processes it across to his defensive partner Bray. Bray with the ball forwards. Straight out of play and out for a throw. And already some shouting from the Hendon bench as we wait for the throw to come in on this far hand side from Josh Jackman, halfway inside the Slough half. Long throw by him, trying to find Dobson. The ball's allowed to bounce, comes through here to Corkin. And one back by Dunn, headed away by Dehu, but Dunn gets another touch there, only as far as Lee. Lee with the ball forward, trying to find Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George gets a chance to run at goal, but a touch there from Togwell, plays the ball back to Hollis. Played forwards to Lynch. Lynch playing up front on his own. Wins the ball here for Slough, finds Dobson. Dobson in that left position. Chips the ball across, looking for Warren Harris on the far hand side. Harris does well to turn. Up against Murphy on that far side. Gets across in first time. Headed away by Lee, and it's the first corner of the game here to the Rebels. And Slough attacking down that right hand side with Warren Harris, and the ball cut out on the 6-yard box by the captain of Hendon, Arthur Lee. It's a corner to the Rebels, which James Dobson will go across to take. Slough will be looking to try and get something from some set pieces here without having a natural striker on the pitch. It's going to be Dobson with an in-swinging corner here for the Rebels. And Dobson goes near post, headed away by Muir. Straight back out here towards Dobson. He can take a touch. And looks, he drills that ball in, but it comes off the head of Corcoran, and bounces out here to Nathaniel George on the halfway line, holds the ball up here to find Uchechi. Uchechi under pressure from Simon Dunn, back in toward Nathaniel George, little 1-2, finds a bit of space, can run onto it, trying to run through, plays the ball in, looking for the run of Nathaniel George, but it's Josh Jackman across to play the ball out. Slough looking for a throw there, but it is actually come off a Hendon player, and Hendon take the throw quickly. Ball played into the box, people standing in the way as usual. Ball comes through all the way to Jack Turner in the Slough goal, who takes that comfortably on his byline and just looks to slow the play down here. And Turner, long kick down the field down the right hand side, looking for Warren Harris, up against Murphy. Harris wins the first header, comes through towards Lynch. Lynch gets a touch off Corcoran, and Lynch wins the ball, but loses it out here to Uchechi. Uchechi under pressure, does well to skip a couple of challenges, then plays it out on this near hand side to Joseph. Joseph turns, holds the ball up well, then plays it in here towards Muir. Hollis is across for Slough and comes across, plays it through back to his goalkeeper, and he thinks he'd got a bit of a foul there from Muir, as Jack Turner plays the ball straight out of play for a throw to Hendon, which the right back Egerton will come to take the throw a few yards inside the Slough penalty area. Egerton looking to take this throw for Hendon, just waiting for a bit of movement here, and aims it at Didu, but there's a free header there for Josh Jackman. Tries to find Lynch. Lynch wins the header and finds Nathan Webb. Webb finds Dobson. Back in towards Webb. Webb with a bit of control. Trying to flick it out here towards Lynch. Lynch first time ball. Trying to find Dobson, and Lynch lets it roll through his legs as it comes off Eggleton for a throw to the Rebels. 10 yards inside the Hendon half. Quick throw by Josh Jackman. Finds Dobson. Back towards Jackman, who indeed finds Simon Dunn. Dunn takes a couple of touches. Spreads it across to Fraser, playing as right back. Takes a heavy touch. Goes past Nathaniel George and finds Warren Harris. Harris immediately under pressure from Murphy. Trying to find Simon Dunn. Dunn put under pressure here. Hendon playing a pressurising game. Dunn plays the ball forwards, and it comes off the head of Murphy for a throw to Slough. 10 yards inside the Hendon half. 0-0 here at Arbour Park. We'll keep you up to date with all those other scores. Quick throw by Slough, finding from Fraser to Togwell. Togwell then plays it across here towards Hollis. Hollis with the ball in towards Nisbet. Nisbet trying to bring the ball forward, looking for the run here of Josh Jackman. Oh, Jackman does well to break past the defence. Up here against Joseph. Joseph slips. Jackman has the ball. He's got Nathan Webb here helping out. Finds back to Webb, who in turn finds Jackman. The ball in from Dobson. Dobson breaks it into Lynch. Lynch tries to cross first time. Brays there first for Hendon. His clearance puts Joseph under pressure inside his own penalty area. Chased down by Webb, but Joseph clears the ball well. And then well defended there by Mark Nisbet, who ducks under the ball and then plays it out here towards Guy Hollis. Hollis, just by the centre circle, can spread the ball out to Fraser. Fraser with the first time ball, looking for the run of Nathan Webb. Webb obviously told to play quite up front off here and tries to win the ball on the far hand side, but just catches the captain Arthur Lee, who sees the ball out. And the referee says that that is a throw-in. So good evening to Fitzroy Brown, who's listening in. So like I say, if you want to get in contact, you can do so on the YouTube. Go to the comments page. It'll come through to us here. We'll give you a shout out. We don't mind doing that here at Rebels Radio. Anything for a bit of fun. As we wait for Purdue. First touch of the ball for the goalkeeper. Plays the ball forward. Headed away by Didu. Breaks into the centre. And a high foot there by Guy Hollis on Uchechi. And Uchechi has gone down. I can just tell you now, it has been officially announced that all the Slough Town tickets, their allocation for the Rochdale game, are sold out. You cannot get a ticket for love nor money, or maybe a bit of money, or maybe some love. Depends on who you know, really. But don't come knocking at my door. Well, depends on what you look like, really, and how much money you've got. But there you go. We've got an injury here to Uchechi at the moment. Just got a high foot in the face there by Guy Hollis. It would be a free kick to Hendon once time starts. He's just getting some treatment, so let's just hope that that goes well for him. We don't want injury this early into the game. And we have had obviously some injury bits going on here. Biggleswade have taken the lead against Biggleswade are playing Kings Lynn. So Biggleswade one up already against the league leaders. Uchechi's been treated. It's it wasn't a yellow card in that free kick there. So Uchechi has to go off. It's a free kick now for Hendon. They're going to start this one. This one's around about 15 yards inside the Slough half. It's good 40 yards away from the Slough goal. Hendon have spread themselves out across the 18-yard box. 5 players all spread out into a region here. It's taken by Joseph, looking for Didu. Didu does well to jump high and get the ball. Headed away by Warren Harris. Breaks here for Nathan Webb. Just loses out and now try and win the ball back. But it comes here to Arthur Lee. Robbed of the ball by Togwell. And then it just bounces out here towards Uchechi. He's just come back on. Trying to run at the Slough defence. Gets into the box. Goes round. Just does really well. Gets a cross in. And I think it was actually a shot at goal in the end. Hits the side netting. And Uchechi does really well there. Just broke into the box from around about 25 yards out, all the way to the byline, but unfortunately finds the side netting. 0-0 here at Arbor Park, with around coming up to 7 minutes gone of this Build-Based FA Trophy replay. And a reminder that if the scores are tied at 90 minutes, or full time, because 90 minutes is really the wrong thing to say nowadays, it'll go to extra time. Ball played forwards by Turner, headed away, comes off the head of Muir. Muir trying to chase on his own flick on here, but Hollis is there for Slough, plays it back towards his goalkeeper Turner. Turner takes it first time, looking for Warren Harris on this near hand side. Won by Murphy. And this header finds Nathaniel George. Under pressure immediately from a couple of Slough players, but does well to turn. Does really well to turn. Plays the ball here to Will Didu, but Didu wasn't expecting the ball. This one back here by Dobson. Dobson, central position, plays a little flick ball in towards Warren Harris. Harris with a chance to run at the Hendon defence and finds Fraser on the overlap on that far hand side. Halfway inside the Hendon half, back here towards Togwell. Togwell then plays a little ball inside towards Nathan Webb. Webb just gets absolutely clattered as he played the ball there. Fouled by Didu, and it's a free kick now to Slough around about 40 yards away from goal. And it looks like Slough will send forwards Nisbet and Hollis for this free kick. And Dobson will be the player to come across to take it. Quite packed behind the goal that Slough are attacking this evening. Good numbers here today at Arbor Park. Obviously the selling of the FA Cup tickets has helped. But it will be Dobson to take this free kick for the Rebels. It's 40 yards now. Left-footed Dobson here just whips the ball in, trying to put some pace on it. Headed on by there, Warren Harris of all people. And Purdue manages to grab hold of that at the second attempt on his goal line with Matt Lynch coming in. Matt Lynch just being spoken to by the referee just as he went a bit latish on the goalkeeper. He took his leg away as the goalkeeper had grabbed the ball at a second attempt. Oh, Purdue, terrible kick by him. Puts his own team under pressure. Lynch has won the ball back here for Slough. Breaks into the edge of the box. Lynch, first time cross. Played all the way across. It's come across. Oh, and it's a good clearance by Lee. Comes towards Corcoran, who can now clear for Hendon. Oh, it gives the ball away though, but it bounces kindly for him. Plays ball forwards here, looking for Muir. Muir beaten to the ball by Hollis, who volleys the ball out of play. And it's out for a throw to Hendon on the halfway line, which the right back Eggleton will be come across to take. Just if you could hear some shouting, that's actually coming from the Hendon bench. It's Eggleton gained a few yards with that throw, but throws the ball on. It'll come through here towards Nisbet, who smashes that ball forward, looking for Warren Harris on the far hand side. Harris wins the header, but his header only finds Corcoran in the centre. But Corcoran, poor touch, gives the ball back here to Warren Harris. Harris running at the back, runs at Arthur Lee, still with the ball, trying to find Simon Dunn. Just an over touch there, and it comes through to Purdue, who picks the ball up. And interesting to see if Purdue didn't kick that last ball out properly there, skewed it a little bit, and the Slough fans are just getting behind him. Huge kick from him this time though, headed away well by Hollis, only as far as Lee. Lee for Hendon plays the ball forward, looking for Muir, but an intelligent header back to the goalkeeper by Nisbet. Finds Turner. Turner playing the ball down the field early, trying to find Dobson. Dobson pushes Eggleton off the ball, wins the ball, turns, trying to run through. Oh, he nutmegs him well. Ball falls kindly though for Hendon. It's here with Joseph in towards Uchechi. Uchechi runs straight into Nathan Webb, who wins the ball back here for Slough. Given to Dobson in this left position. Ball back in towards Nathan Webb. Webb goes and nutmegs Eggleton. Eggleton just clashes into him. It's accidental, but it is a foul and it is a free kick to Slough. And Jake Eggleton has been nutmegged twice in the last minute. If he does it anymore, he can set up a little stall in the co-op selling them. Slough just indicating from the Rebels management here of John Baker and Neil Underwood what they want, who to take it. And Matt Lynch will take this free kick. It's round about 30 yards away from the Hendon goal. Taken first time, headed away easily by Joseph. Comes out here towards Fraser's. Fraser header only comes as far as Uchechi. Uchechi trying to play the ball out. And Nisbet there wins the ball back for Slough. Inside the Hendon half. Still has the ball. Back in towards Hollis with the ball out, finding Warren Harris. Harris with the ball now, looking for Nathan Webb. Webb trying to turn down that near hand side. Gets the ball back out here to Harris. Harris crosses in, headed away by Corcoran. Comes out here towards Uchechi. Uchechi trying to play the ball on, and Togwell gets there first. Gets a nudge in the back from Uchechi, and it's a free kick to Slough. And Uchechi just getting spoken to there by the referee. It's an innocuous challenge. It's not a bad foul or anything, but I think it was just that he kicked the ball away in frustration. Slough have another free kick here, and again they're going to send Nisbet forwards for this, and Josh Jackman being urged to go forwards for the Rebels this time. Again, Dobson will be the player taking it. 40 yards away from goal. This one aimed towards the penalty area. Headed away well. Comes out to the edge of box. Joseph there's first for Slough. It's come off down in towards Fraser. Fraser with a good touch finds Matt Lynch on the left. Matt Lynch turns inside. Plays the ball with his right foot. Trying to find... who's out on the far hand side? Nathan Webb. My apologies. I couldn't see who it was in the dark skies. But Webb can't control the ball. And it's out for a throw to Hendon. Level with the 18-yard line. 12 minutes gone here at Arbor Park. It is still Slough 0, Hendon 0. Let's see if we can find some scores and stuff from around the other games and see who's on the YouTube. Not many people on the YouTube tonight. Let's see what's going on around as we wait for Hendon to take this throw on the far hand side with Lee with the throw. Long throw by him, headed on well there by Corcoran. Comes here towards Muir. Muir on the halfway line, just pushed off the ball, and it's actually come off a Slough player last. It's a throw to Hendon on the halfway line. This time Murphy will be the player that goes to take it. And Murphy just signalling that he needs a bit of movement from his Hendon teammates. And throws the ball. It's a poor throw. One back by Nathan Webb. Ball into the centre. Oh, but three Slough players leave it. And it allows Eggleston to play the ball forwards, looking for Muir. Muir up against Fraser on the far hand side. Fraser just hooks the ball out of play and out of the ground. It's gone into the school on the far hand side. So one lucky man's going to have to go and get that ball. And it's a throw to Hendon here, roughly 20 yards away from the Slough goal. Murphy has it on that far-hand side. Throws the ball in, looking for Didi. Didi finds a flick on, but it's headed away by Hollis. Up towards Warren Harris. Slough still penned inside their penalty. Yeah, ball come and ricochet through for Uchechi. Uchechi looked for a ball for Muir. When a shot maybe had been the better option, but it just rolled through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner will just wait for Slough to get a little bit further upfield before he launches a huge kick down that far hand side, looking for Warren Harris. Harris up against Murphy. Murphy does well to win the header, but it stays in play, kept in play by Fraser. Fraser finds Togwell. Togwell with the ball inside towards Warren Harris. Harris up against Didi. Comes off Didi last, and it's a throw to Slough a few yards inside the Hendon half. Taken quickly by Fraser, who finds Simon Dunn. Dunn back in towards Fraser. Closed down well, though, by Nathaniel George. And there's a foot race on here for Slough. No, Jack Turner's there first for the Rebels. And clears long. Looking for Matt Lynch. Lynch beaten to the ball by Bray. Flicked on well by Joseph. Into the centre, trying to find Muir. But headed away by Hollis. In towards Nathan Webb. Webb takes a lovely touch. Finds Josh Jackman in a bit of space. And Jackman urged to bring the ball forwards here. Runs 20-30 yards. Gives the ball here towards Dobson. Dobson crosses first time. Ball takes a deflection. Cleared by Lee. And the ball's still in play here, and it'll be kept in play by Mark Nisbet, right in front of our commentary position. Ball played in here towards Nathan Webb. Webb looking to chip the ball in, looking for Warren Harris on the far-hand side. Harris gets behind Murphy, gets a touch across the goal, but it's well saved by Purdue low down. And it's good play there by the Rebels, but no final product in there. Good goalkeeping by the Hendon goalkeeper, as he just waits to get his team up. Huge long kick down the field, looking for Muir. Comes off the head of Nisbet, only up into the air. And Togwell's underneath it for Slough. Heads it straight at Didi. Muir does well to hold the ball up. Finds Uchechi. Just plays it a little bit behind him. He's forced to stop his run. Still has the ball. Trying to play the ball in for Joseph. But a poor touch there by Uchechi. And then Slough almost give the ball away with Jackman to Dobson. Dobson trying to go past Uchechi. Dobson loses out to him, but trying to chase his ball back. Wins it back and gets a little ricochet in towards Lynch. Lynch feeds it back out towards Dobson. Dobson crosses first time. Comes off Eggleton. And it will be a throw to the Rebels, roughly level with the 18-yard line of the Hendon half. And Josh Jackman will leave this for Guy Hollis to come across to take. Just looking at the notes of the man from Rochdale. We'll just see what he's going to write down. Don't worry about the game, we're just interested in his notes. As Hollis comes across to take this throw for Slough. Just right up against the black metal barriers here, just trying to arch his back to get some distance on this throw. Long throw into the box, aim towards ledge, ball bounces high up in the area. Underneath it is Didu, he only heads it up high. Nisbet tries to head the ball back out here towards Hollis. Hollis volleys the ball back in, looking for Nathan Webb. Webb's header comes out towards the edge of the box, headed away by Nathaniel George. Comes out here towards Murphy. Murphy's ball is closed down by Nathan Webb and comes here towards Togwell. Togwell pushed in the back, but the referee says play on, and Slough have the ball here with Jackman. Plays it out here looking for Lynch. Poor touch by Joseph means that Lynch can get his body in and win the ball back for Slough. In towards Nisbet. Nisbet trying to spray it out here towards Harris. Harris takes it down on his chest on the right hand side. Finds Fraser. Fraser's ball comes through and it's headed away by Hendon, and Nico Moore is in the foot race here. Oh, and he's gone the wrong side of Josh Jackman. He gets goal side. Shoots! Hits the bottom of the post. And Muir almost added to his tally of 20 goals so far this season. Jackman just, the ball just bounced up in the air and he headed up in the air behind himself, which allowed Muir to come in. And Muir broke into the box and from a tight angle hit the bottom of the base of the goal and went wide and out for a goal kick. Best chance of the game so far falls to Hendon. And it remains 0-0. And it'll be Turner to take this goal kick. Slough just warming a couple of subs up here. And Turner to take this goal kick for the Rebels. Smashes this ball long down the field, looking for Warren Harris. Leads there for Hendon. His header finds Nathaniel George. Holds the ball up well. Goes past a couple of challenges. Tugwell wins the ball back and it ricochets here towards Dunn. Dunn finds Lynch. Lynch with the ball back out here towards Tugwell. Togwell now finds Nathan Webb. Webb swapping in several positions. Now plays the ball down here for Warren Harris. Harris chance to get the cross in. It's come across, headed away by Eggleton, edge of the area. Togwell flicks the ball on, comes across to Eggleton, who does well to volley the ball away. Nisbet will get there first for Slough. Under pressure from Muir. Just a little ball inside here towards Dunn. Dunn eases the pressure by playing it back towards Hollis. And Hollis plays it out towards Fraser. Back in towards Hollis first time. He will intend to find Nisbet. Nisbet just happy to bring the ball forwards here for Slough. Chips the ball forward, looking for the run of Simon Dunn. Dunn trying to get behind Eggleton. Does well to get there. Volleys across in first time. Comes all the way to the far post where Warren Harris is there. Tries to go through. It's a good tackle by Murphy. And he hits the ball at Warren Harris and it deflects into the arms of the Hendon goalkeeper, Purdue. And with 18.5 minutes gone, it is still Hendon Slough 0-0. We'll see if we can find you some scores from some of the other games as Purdue. Another long kick down the field. Again, looking for Muir. Muir's offside. Let's just see what we can find for you. Dunstable are leading away to Bishop Stortford. There you go. Ball play forward. Looking for Warren Harris. Comes off the head of Murphy. Murphy tries to keep the ball in, but it just runs out of play. Kicks the ball away, and again the referee does nothing about it. And it's a throw to Slough, quickly taken by them with Fraser. In towards Lynch. Fraser under pressure. Finds Togwell. Togwell go all the way back towards his goalkeeper Turner. Turner on the edge of his penalty area. Looks up, trying to find the run of Dobson on this near hand side. Dobson beats the ball by Joseph, but it falls kindly here towards Webb. Inside towards Jackman. Jack with the ball over the top, looking for the run of Dobson. Dobson trying to keep that ball in. Bray gets there first. It hits Dobson on the back of the heels. Cleared up by Hendon. One back by Hollis on the halfway line though. In towards Fraser. Fraser spreads it back out here towards Nisbet. Now keeping the ball well. In towards Nathan Webb. Webb first time touching in towards Jackman. Jackman playing quite forwards. Gives it in towards Dunn. Dunn finds Dobson. Dobson just lets the ball run, but it gets tackled by Didu. And it's come back by Jackman towards Dunn. Dunn spreads it immediately on that far right hand side. Looking for Harris. Harris with a little header in here. Finds Togwell inside the box. Togwell turns. Forced away from goal. In towards Fraser. Fraser's first time cross. Comes across the Webb. Oh, it's just the wrong side. Comes to the edge of the box for Dunn. Dunn shoots first time. And Purdue grabs it. And is a good save. Straight at him. But good handling by the goalkeeper for Hendon there. As that shot was hit through a lot of players and hit with some pace. But Purdue does well to get his hands on it. And 20 minutes gone. Still 0-0 here at Arbour Park. As Purdue. Long kick here looking for Muir. Headed out by Josh Jackman. Finds Dobson. Dobson can turn. Plays the ball in towards Webb. Webb overstretches but wins the ball back to find Dunn. Dunn into the ball with Jackman. Jackman just gets shoved off the ball by Muir there. And it's a free kick to the Rebels. And Dobbo being given the instructions of what to do. Dobbo being told to go into the box. Matt Lynch will be the player that takes this free kick for Slough, good 35 yards away from the Hendon goal, and level with the tram line of the 18-yard box on this near hand side towards the main clubhouse. It is Lynch that takes this, whips it into the far post, ball's bouncing around. Slough looking for a penalty, come out to the edge of the box, hit by Togwell. In towards Hollis. Hollis backheads it. Comes off the feet of Eggleton. Slough trying to get there, but it comes through to Chechi. Chechi tried to play the ball through, but that's got too much on it. It'll go into the arms of Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Slough still can't capitalise on this possession that they've had. Turner can bring the ball out. Looking for Nathan Webb, who's now appeared on the left-hand side. Webb doesn't win the header, but gets the rebound and turns. Then chips the ball on the far-hand side, looking for Warren Harris. That one's got far too much on it and goes out of play for a goal kick. So again, while there's we wait for the ball to come in, let's see what we can find on Twitter. See if there's some scores for you. Just listening to the Hendon bench. It's quite colourful. Kings Lynn have equalised. And it was a penalty that they've equalised by. And so that is 1-1. I'll try and give you the other scores from those Evo Stick Premier League games for you in a second. As Purdy takes the kick, comes to Nisbet, takes it on his chest halfway, only has to find Murphy. Murphy's ball down the field, looking for Muir. Hollis will come across for Slough to play the ball down the field, out of play for a throw to Hendon on that far hand side. Latest scores in the Southern Premier League: Banbury 0, Kettering 0, Basingstoke 0, Weymouth 0, Biggleswade 1, Kings Lynn 1, Bishop Stortford 0, Dunstable 1, Chesham 0, Stratford 1, Gosport 0, Kings Langley 1, St Ives 0, Hitchin 0, and Tiverton 1, Merthyr 0. Those are your latest scores from the Southern Premier League after 20 minutes. Throw comes in from Slough, headed on well by Harris, comes back out to him here, but Deedridge wins the ball. Diving challenge in there by Corcoran, but Slough win the ball back with Fraser. In towards Dunn, makes the referee there, finding Josh Jackman on this left-hand side. Jackman finds Dobson. Dobson under pressure, plays a good ball in. Now towards Nathan Webb. Webb under pressure finds Dunn. Ball played forwards, looking for Dobson. Dobson gets behind the bench, down this far-hand side. Crosses first time. Far post, it's headed across goal. Comes out here towards Nathan Webb. One person to come to Togwell. Togwell's header puts Josh Jackman under pressure, but he plays it back here towards Togwell. Togwell will play it here towards Nisbet. Nisbet will go back to his goalkeeper, Jack Turner. Turner's long ball will find Dobson on this near hand side. Dobson's header trying to find Lynch. Lynch up against Bray. Bray plays the ball out, and it's a throw to the Rebels. Taken quickly by Slough from Josh Jackman, finding Nisbet. In towards Dobson. Dobson with the ball in towards Josh Jackman. Jackman holds the ball up, finds Dobson. Back out here towards Lynch. Good possession played by Slough. Lynch finds Dunn. Dunn with the ball inside to Dobson. Dobson first time forward finds Josh Jackman. Kind of play the ball on, and then in the end Eggleton has to clear, and it's a throw to Slough 5 or 6 yards away from the Hendon goal. The Rochdale man busily writing notes. Quick throw by Slough, taken in towards Dobson, finds Simon Dunn. Dunn's little ball trying to find Josh Jackman. Comes off Corcoran last. It's another throw to Slough. Quick throw again by Jackman. Finds Lynch. His ball into the centre, and Purdue takes it well underneath his crossbar. And a good claim by the goalkeeper there. And he's just waiting for his team to get up the pitch. I do love it when we've got to play at Nico Moore. There's an injury here to Eggleton. Just finding out. Nico Moore. It's quite cold here at Arbor Park tonight, and you would expect a player to maybe have some base layer, warmy Under Armour thing. He hasn't, but he has got gloves on. So it's quite strange. It's just as there's a break in play for the treatment to the right back, Jake Eggleton, Hendon players just coming over and getting a little chat from their manager, a bit of tic-tacs. And while that's going on, let's see if we can find you some more latest scores from the games this evening. Kings Lynn are playing Biggleswade. Biggleswade now gone 2-1 up. Not long after the first goal for Kings Lynn, so it's good score there. In the Bill Base FA Trophy replay, it's Royston 1, Eastbourne Borough 0. Banbury 0, Kettering 1. Kettering have taken the lead. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. Eggleton's just coming off. He just seems to have got a bit of a injury here. Matt Lynch just having a laugh with the Slough Town fans. So still the Hendon players get some coaching from the staff, and the referee blows whistle, and Slough sportingly throw the ball back towards Purdue in the Hendon goal. And I'll give you some of those. Ooh, what have I done there? I'm buying a GoPro for some accidental reason. Long ball down the field by Purdue. Comes off the head of Nisbet, but the ball played through. And it comes off, and Hendon are back to 11 men now that Eggleton's back on. Turner with this long ball down the field, looking for Dobson. Dobson wins the header, trying to find Lench. Lench gets the ball in his stride, being forced wide. Hits it first time. Oh, it's just wide of the goal. A good effort by Matt Lench, low down. And Purdue was beaten, but so was the post. And it's replayed 26 minutes here now at Arbor Park in this Bill Bates FA Trophy third qualifying round replay. And it's still 0-0. Both sides have had some good chances. And it's Purdue to take this goal kick for Hendon. Played here for Didu. Didu puts a header on, finds Muir. Muir with some good touch. Finds Joseph down this right-hand side. Joseph here up against Chapman. Joseph runs into the corner. Gets a chance to cross. It's a good cross. Headed away well by Fraser to the back post where Rucecchi will keep the ball alive for Hendon. Plays a little dink ball in here towards Corcoran. Corcoran under pressure from Lench finds Eggleton. Eggleton has the ball 30 yards away from goal. Chips the ball in to go. Slough make a mistake where Turner doesn't come and claim the ball. Ball still bouncing around. Hooked clear in the end by Josh Chapman. Here to find Lench. Lench takes it well on his chest in towards Dobson. Dobson trying to flick the ball first time in towards Nathan Webb. Comes out as far as Dunn. Dunn runs with the ball. Trying to run past Didu. Still running with it. Just gives the ball in towards Harris, but it's short. And Murphy can bring the ball forwards here for Hendon. Murphy travels 30 yards. Trying to find that ball in for Muir. Muir being shouldered off the ball well by Mark Nisbet. And it allows Jack Turner to come and claim the ball. And Turner trying to find Dobson on this near-hand side and just gets clattered there. And Eggleton's mostly done more damage to himself. Quick throw taken by Slough with Lench in towards Nathan Webb, who runs into the corner. Ball back here towards Dobson. Dobson with the ball in low towards Lench. Finds Dunn 30 yards away from goal. Back out here towards Josh Chapman. Little ball in. Little 1-2 in towards Lench. Lench evades evading challenge. Holds the ball up. Just loses it out here towards Chapman. A crunching tackle by Mark Nisbet. And I think Zach Joseph knows that Mark Nisbet's on this field. Because that is a heck of a tackle. Won the ball. Maybe a bit of the man. But the referee didn't see anything wrong with it. It's been a while since we've seen a crunching tackle like that. And Turner has the ball. Long ball forward again. Looking for the run of Dobson. Dobson flicks the header on, and there's no one gambled for Slough. They gambled the wrong side. And the ball runs through to Purdue in the Hendon goal. 29 minutes, still 0-0. Purdue's long ball down the field, trying to find Uchechi. Uchechi trying to keep it on that far inside, but can't keep it in. It's out of play for a throw to Slough. I didn't have a half-time, didn't get a cup of tea earlier, so I'm drinking water, which isn't a good idea in the freezing cold. Quick throw here by Slough, flicked on, looking for Lench, headed away by Lee, only as far as Warren Harris. Harris surrounded by three players, managed to get the ball back out here towards Webb. Webb with the ball back in, looking for Harris. Lee has to come and take a touch. He plays it only as far as Joseph. Joseph slips though and gives the ball here towards Dobson. Dobson tackled by Didu. Ball ricochets round and it will come out here towards Jackman. Jackman with a good touch. Finds Simon Dunn. Dunn in towards Dobson. Dobson trying to find Jackman. Ball's cleared almost in our area and it almost hits the press area here at Arbor Park. And it's going to be Josh Jackman to take the throw for Slough. 5 or 6 yards inside the Hendon half. Just being told to come back a little bit. It's funny how that happens to our players. Quick throw here by Jackman, trying to find Lench. Headed away well by Eggleton, who finds Muir. Muir runs straight into a couple of Slough players and then gets almost a lucky ricochet, but comes off Muir last. And Hollis takes the throw quickly for Slough back towards his goalkeeper. And Turner just allowed to... A long ball down the field again, looking for Warren Harris, up against Murphy. It's left by Webb, and Harris tries to run onto it. It's up against Lee. Lee, the captain, under pressure, hooks the ball down the field, but it's out for a throw to Slough. And Slough went to take it quickly, but Uchechi did well to come back and get into position here. And Slough being told by the referee to bring the ball forwards. And Fraser takes a throw in towards Dobson. Dobson peering on that right-hand side, holds the ball up well. Gives a little flick in here towards Fraser. Fraser finds Togwell in a bit of space. He'll leave it for Nisbet to spread wide towards Josh Chapman. Chapman will find Togwell in the centre. Togwell looking in for the run of Nathan Webb. Webb on the edge of the 18-yard line. Little ball in for looking for Dobson. Dobson trying to get there. But it was well marshalled by Didu. And it allows Purdue to come and claim. And the two of them just shake hands there, realising it was good play by both. But the ball was in the hands of the Hendon goalkeeper, Purdue. And he'll look to put another long ball down the field eventually. And gets a good high distance on that ball. Nisbet's underneath it for Slough. Wins the header well. In towards Lynch. Won by Dede. Comes out here towards Corcoran. Slough looking for a handball. Ball played in here towards Muir. Oh, Muir trying to backheel it past Nisbet. Lodis gets the sliding in. Through to Uchechi, who scores! And the first goal of the game goes to Hendon. And it's Daniel Uchechi with the goal. But it was made by the leaguing goal scorer Muir. Lovely little back flick around Mark Nisbet. He managed to run to the edge of the box. As the tackle came in from Hollis, he slid the ball into the path of Daniel Uchechi. And Uchechi had the easy task of side-footing it past Turner in the Slough goal. And it gives Hendon the lead on 32 minutes. Slough 0, Hendon 1. And comes against the run of play a little bit. It's been a while since Hendon have been in the box, but they have the goal. And it's Slough just looking a little bit disheartened here. Slough with obviously playing again with no natural strikers on the pitch. And the referee gets the game back underway. Ball played in here towards Togwell, towards Dunn. Dunn finds Nathan Webb. Slough always on the front foot here. Back in towards Togwell. Togwell under pressure. Finds Dunn. Dunn trying to run goalward. Just runs into a couple of players. Gets a foul by the goal scorer Uchechi. It's a free kick to Slough. And Slough have a quick chance here to try and get an equaliser. This is the referee just pulling the ball back a little bit further. It's now about 30 yards away from goal. But it's almost level with the left. So if you was the goalkeeper and the goal to my left, it'd be your right hand post, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Most probably not. Dobson is standing over this free kick for the Rebels. Looks like he's going to try and plant this one on towards the penalty spot area. And chips it towards the far post. Headed goalwards by Nathan Webb. Comes out, comes off the ankle of Nisbet. Apparently they've changed the goal time to 33 minutes. It was definitely 32, wasn't it? Yes. And don't forget, you can see highlights of this evening's games from our good friends at FC Video. And there'll be some goal clips tonight and then highlights in the next couple of days. So keep your eyes out for those. And obviously I most probably had the golden goal of 32, which is why they changed it to 33. But there you go. Purdue with the goal kick. Trying to find Didu. Ball bounces over the top of the Slough defence. Tucked away by Chapman. Nathan Webb wins it back for Slough. Finds Dobson. Dobson puts Chapman under a bit of pressure, but Chapman keeps the ball in but can't at the second attempt. It's a throw to Hendon. And they keep shouting. I believe they're shouting at Didu, the Hendon management. It's going to be a throw to Hendon by the home dugout, which Eggleton will take for the Greens. Trying to find Nico Muir down that side. Muir does well. Volleys the ball across, but it's an easy claim there for Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner just waiting for Slough to get back up the field a little bit. Takes a ball, drops it down, plays the ball forward. Looking here for Lynch. Lynch gets a little push in the back, but it's won by Bray. Comes out here towards Togwell. Togwell flicking the ball forwards for Slough, trying to get the ball over the top of Murphy, but that's got too much on it. It'll go out of play for a throw to Hendon on that far hand side. And Murphy will leave it for Lee to take. So 35 minutes gone here at Arbor Park. The score is Slough Town 0, Hendon 1. Goal coming from Daniel Uchechi on 32 minutes, or 33. Whoever you want to believe, there's a conspiracy theory. Long throw here by Lee. Flicked on though. Comes off the head of Togwell last and out for a throw to Hendon on the halfway line. And it's again Murphy that takes the throw. He finds Lee, the Hendon captain. He can play the ball forwards here. Headed away well by Fraser. Comes here towards Togwell. He flicks the ball on, trying to find Warren Harris. Murphy wins it on the far hand side. Puts a little ball in, headed away by Hollis. Only as far as Didu. Didu out-jumped by Harris. And Togwell plays the ball down the field. Nathan Webb in chase with it. Lee's there first for Hendon. Oh, Webb gets there first and tries to keep it in, but Lee manages to get there and plays it out. Has the ball gone out of play? Yeah, still playing in play on the far hand side. Slough give it to Warren Harris. Harris avoiding a couple of changes. Finds Lynch in towards Simon Dunn. Dunn shoots from distance. Oh, he's hit the post. It comes back out and then it's cleared. Oh, it's a good challenge by Didu on Matt Lynch. The shot though came from Simon Dunn. Hit it hard and low. Hit the bottom of the left hand post. And then the ball rebounded back to the 18-yard box. And a challenge from Didu put Matt Lynch under pressure. And he couldn't keep the ball down. It's out of play for a goal kick. But Slough have hit the post. And so have Hendon. But Hendon have the lead. And it's Purdue to take this goal kick as we approach 37 minutes of the game. And Purdue just taking his time, waiting for his team to get up the field. And plays the ball here, looking for Corcoran. Corcoran heads the ball on, but high into the night sky. One down ball by Muir. Muir with a little ball forwards, one by Nisbet though for Slough. And Nisbet hits the ball, it hits Muir and rebounds kindly here for Corcoran. He plays it out to Murphy on that left hand side. Murphy with the ball. Finds Nathaniel George. Been forced away from goal from the Slough defence, but finds Murphy. Murphy chips it in, looking for the goal scorer, Uchechi. Headed away well by Fraser. And it goes out of play off a Slough player for a throw to Hendon on the far hand side, halfway inside the Slough half. Murphy will be the player that goes across to take this throw. And finds Nathaniel George deep inside the corner flag area. Slough going to touch the ball and can clear with Harris. Looking for Lynch. Lynch beaten to the ball by Lee. Comes in, flicks on well. Again, Uchechi gets behind the Slough defence. Just been forced wide. Chips it goalwards. Nisbet sticks a leg out to clear. The ball will come out here towards Dobson. And Dobson under pressure from Muir. Plays it first time in towards Lynch. Lynch will leave it for Dobson. Good play by Slough. Oh no, Dobson just cuts inside past Didu. Chips the ball on the far hand side looking for Warren Harris. Murphy takes a touch and Slough try and get there, but it's headed away by Eggleton. He heads it back across his own goal line. Headed back to the goalkeeper by Corcoran, and Nathan Webb was just blocked by Ryan Bray there, and he couldn't get to the goalkeeper, and Purdue in the Hendon goal has the ball in his hands. And again, he just waits for his team to get further. He's got a long kick as this goalkeeper. Headed away well by Fraser. Goes straight out of play though for a throw to Hendon on the far hand side on the halfway line. And again, the left back Murphy will be the player to take this throw. Actually going to leave it for the captain Lee, who's got a longer throw on him. And he's gaining, he's tiptoeing down the field. Slough come to the ball first from Fraser, but it goes straight out of play for another throw to Hendon on that far hand side. And they've gained a good 10 yards with that positional throw there. And it's Murphy. Murphy. All I can hear is the Hendon bench going, dive, dive, dive. And there's an issue with the number of balls that we've got here at the moment. Not me, just the pitch. As we wait for a throw to come in from Slough on the far hand side. Howless throws it back towards the goalkeeper Turner. Turner closed down by Muir, but plays the ball out here looking for Dobson. Dobson takes it on his thigh. Good touch, then back hook hits it over his leg, but out of play, and it's a throw to Hendon on this near hand side. And if you've ever been to Arthur Park, it's right by the away dugout, which is the end of this main stand here. Eggleton's gained a few yards here, but and then gains a few more with his steps. Throws the ball on. It's going to bounce all the way through here towards Nisbet, but apparently Muir was fouling Josh Jackman. It will be a free kick to the Rebels. And it's a free kick inside their own half. Turner comes across to take it. Hits it hard, long first time, but it will go all the way through to Purdue in the Hendon goal. And it's a good take by the Hendon goalkeeper. So we're into the final 5 minutes of this first half. Hendon with the lead here with a goal coming on 32 minutes from Daniel Uchechi. Ball headed away by Togwell. Finds Warren Harris on that far hand side. Harris under pressure and loses the ball and finds it's now with Nathaniel George. He just turns well. Brings the ball inside, still running the ball. Togwell with the tackle, but his ball just delays it and Nathaniel George still has it. Finds Corcoran on the far hand side. Looks up in towards Murphy. Murphy back in towards Corcoran. He's got a touch. Trying to find Joseph on this far side. And Joseph wins a header but can't keep it in play. And it's out of play for a throw. Oh, Nisbet almost gives it away. It comes luckily off Zach Joseph for a throw to Slough. Good evening to David Bengeli, who's in Spain. Apparently it's a cold Spain. Not as cold as here. Good afternoon, good evening to Ryan Barton, who says, come on Hendon. His team are leading at the moment. Dadu with the header away. Flicked on by Joseph. Only as far as Japman. Japman volleys the ball in. Looking for Nathan Webb. Ball bounces kindly for Hendon. And Corcoran can play it back towards his goalkeeper, Purdue, who hits it first time down the field. Nisbet heads the ball away towards Togwell. Togwell in the centre. Chips the ball down. It will come through here towards Dadu. Just does turn. Plays it back towards Bray. Bray under pressure from Webb. Plays the ball forwards. And Nisbet heads it away. And out of play for a throw to Hendon. And it will be Eggleton that will take the throw for Hendon. 3.5 minutes of this first half. There might be a couple of minutes added on for a couple of injuries that we've had. As Eggleton throws the ball on, it will come here to Japman. Japman's header kind's done. Done deep inside his own half. Leaves the ball here for Dobson. Dobson hits it straight at Zach Joseph. Surely it was handball. And it's quite clear. Hendon management team getting excited. You don't have to shout at him, he's right there. And it's a throw to Slough. It should have been a throw to Hendon, but it should have been handball. But there you go. The referee's got it wrong, and in the end, it's Slough have the ball here with Dobson. He's just out jumped in the centre there. Temperatures flying. Joseph gets fouled by Josh Jackman. It's a free kick to Hendon. 10 yards inside the Slough half, right by this side byline. There will be 2 added minutes here for this first half. And it's going to be Bray who comes along to take this free kick for Hendon. And it's a lot of shouting from the Hendon bench. Ball played into the box here by Bray. Comes off the head of Hollis. Bounces out here towards Nathaniel George. Does well to turn. Holds the ball up well on that far hand side. Nathan Webb tries to challenge, but he turns away from him. Finds Corcoran. Corcoran pushed back, chips the ball in, flicked on well by Dadu, but it's going to go and bounce through towards Turner. Turner trying to get Slough on the attack here. Warren Harris is the only one up for the Rebels. Ball comes through to Lee. His goalkeeper doesn't come up, so he hooks the ball out. Ball bouncing around. Fraser wins the header in the centre, but only finds Dadu. Dadu with the ball forward, looking for the run of Muir. Muir gets it, hits it first time, and forces a fantastic full-length save from Jack Turner. Muir he had Hollis closing him down, hits it first time from around about 18 yards, forcing a really good save from Jack Turner. That ball was going in, but full length, it's out for a corner. And 2 great bits of skill there. First of all from Nico Muir, and secondly from Slough's Jack Turner. It's a corner to Hendon. Got about a minute left of normal time, plus 2 of injury left in this first half. Hendon still with this 1-goal lead. And they've got an in-swinging corner to attack the Slough defence here. Joseph will take this corner for Hendon. And some height in that Hendon team. And it's chipped to the edge of the box. And it's come around and it's hit by Dadu. It's blocked by Slough. Comes back out. And he gets a lucky deflection. Back here towards Dadu. Blocked on the line by Slough, by Dobson. Comes back out. Ball still flying around. Still in the penalty box. Hendon still have it. Comes back out here to Lee. Takes a shot. Deflected by Nisbet. Headed away by Slough. Comes to Warren Harris. He can't do any better. Comes back out towards Lee. Plays the ball out here towards Uchechi. Slough living on borrowed time here at the moment. Uchechi, edge of the box. Shoots from distance, but it's high, wide, and like myself, not very handsome. But some good defending there by Slough. Hendon had a really good chance to make that 2-0. But Slough's defending was solid. And it remains with 2 minutes of added time to play. It remains Slough Town 0, Hendon 1. And Turner takes this kick, looking for Dobson. Dobson rises high. Dunn tries to get there first. It'll come back here towards Togwell. Togwell with the ball over the top, trying to find Lench. Lench runs into the corner, up against Eggleton. Lench has the ball, just turns, holds the ball up in that corner flag position, trying to find a bit of space. Gives the ball here towards Dunn. Dunn in towards Josh Jackman. Jackman can turn on the 18-yard box. Finds Lynch. Lynch crosses first time. Volley clear by Bray. And it will come out here towards Hollis. Hollis under pressure. And his header finds Nathaniel George. Has the ball, trying to find Uchechi, sorry. Nisbet comes across. Uchechi has it here for Hendon on this right-hand side. Oh, Uchechi just goes past Nisbet easily. Gets down to the byline. Crosses first time all the way across. And in the end, it's Fraser who hooks the ball away. Jackman heads it into the corner flag and chases his own flick on. Manages to keep the ball in. And then Lynch, who was in the corner flag at one end, is in the corner flag area for Slough at the other end. Ball played in nicely here from Lynch in towards Togwell. Slough trying to attack in these final minutes of this first half. Ball out here towards Nathan Webb. Webb takes the ball up. Comes inside. Looking for a run. It's a poor ball in. And it's easily cleared there by Bray. Goes all the way down and out for a throw on the far hand side. Ball played out here by Turner from the throw. Finds Dobson. Dobson now chipping it in first time. Volleyed away, but only... Oh, I was going to say come and find Jackman, but he's just misplaced it. And it's a throw here by Slough. Jackman finds Dobson. Dobson takes it down on his thigh. Crosses first time. Into the box. Murphy has to volley the ball away. Only as far as Fraser. Fraser takes a good touch. Then flicks the ball out here towards Togwell. Slough into the dying seconds of this first half. Togwell's ball finds Dunn. He doesn't, because that is half-time here and dead on 47 minutes. The referee, Mr. Raymond, blows up the half-time score here at Slough Town. It's Slough Town 0, Hendon 1 in this Build-Based FA Trophy third qualifying round. Replay, Hendon taking the lead on 32 minutes through Daniel Uchechi with a fine goal with some good work by Nico Muir. And Slough are behind here at Arbour Park. We will endeavour to find you some later scores from other games in the Evo Stick Southern Premier League, as our match sponsors this evening, Pete, Noreen and Ted Bridle, just head their way into the boardroom. And we also have a match sponsor this evening, who is Daniel Brench. So we'll try and keep you those scores here as the Hendon management team go to find some throat lozenges, as they've done a lot of shouting in this first half. We'll give you some of the scores from around. There is some Premier League bits going on as well, in the actual Premier League, not the Southern Premier League, but we know that Southern Premier League is what everyone cares about. So let's see if we can find you some scores for around. Hayes and Yedding have a bumper 50-50 tonight. They've sold all their tickets. Proceeds going to Merthyr Town, so good on Hayes and Yedding Football Club for doing that. We'll try and see if we can get you the half-time scores. Half-time is Banbury 0, Kettering 1. Let's see what else we can find for you. See what we can find for you somewhere. There you go. Alright, okay, so we're just waiting for it to come through a little bit more on that website. So I'll give you the half times from the Barclays. Is it the Barclays Premier League? Do they still sponsor it or not? I don't know. Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Crystal Palace 0, Leicester 2, Tottenham 0, Watford 0, Manchester United 3, West Brom 0, Newcastle 0. I ain't got any yet, mate. Give me a minute. Trying to find some scores. What you got there? Yeah, okay. See if we can find some half times for our stadium announcer. Not much going through at the moment. In the Sky Bet Championship, we have Derby County 0, Ipswich 1, Reading 2, Barnsley 0. In the Checker Trade Trophy second round, Rochdale 1, Doncaster 0. In the Checker Trade Southern Group D, I honestly don't know what's going on in the Checker Trade Trophy. Yeovil 0, Plymouth 1. In Sky Bet League 1, it's Blackpool 1, Blackburn 2. Charlton 0, Peterborough 1. In the Build Base Trophy replays, it's Bath 0, Margate 0. That's not actually a replay. In the other replay, Bognor 0, Hemel Hempstead 0. In the National League, there's been a game postponed. AFC Fylde. I think that's because they are playing on Friday night, and their league has allowed them to postpone the match in the FA Cup, obviously. National League, Bromley 0, Aldershot 1. In the Southern, it's not the Southern Pro. What do you call it? The Ryman Pro, but it's not the Ryman. It's the Bostik League. The Bostik League. It's Folkestone and Invicta 3, Enfield 1, Harrow Borough 0, Billericay 0. And there you go. Let's see where we find you some actual scores from our league that we care about for the moment. Just right, half-time Southern Premier League scores. So, okay, so we have in the Southern Premier, Banbury 0, Kettering 1, Basingstoke 2, Weymouth 1, Biggleswade 2, Kings Lynn 1, Bishop Stortford 1, Dunstable 1, Chesham 1, Stratford 1, Gosport 0, Kings Langley 1, St Ives 1, Hitchin 0, and Tiverton 1, Merthyr 0. Okay, there you go. And those are your scores from the Southern Premier League at half-time. There you go. Let's have a look. Yep, nothing much more coming on there. So, as usual, we do like to do a bit of fun for half-time. And we'll show you an on this day. And on this day, let's see if we can get this to work. I can never remember how to get this to work here. How does this work? Okay. Right, let's see. In 1628, on this day, the author of Pilgrim's Progress, John Bunyan, was born. It was also in 1757 the birth of the poet William Blake, who wrote his poem and did those feat in ancient time. Obviously, became the anthem Jerusalem. Let's have a look. In 1905, the Irish political party Sinn Féin was founded by Arthur Griffin in Dublin. On this day in 1968, Enid Blyton, the children's author, she passed away. She wrote over 800 books, including Noddy, The Famous Five and The Secret Seven. Let's see what else we can find for you. Okay, so in 2014, this is a news story. Jordan Wynne was jailed for 13 months. I was caught driving nearly 100 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Wynne blamed his Staffordshire Bull Terrier, who he said was in the footwell of his Volvo S60, for sitting on the accelerator pedal. There you go. You think he should be the writer rather than anyone else? That's a story to make up to, isn't it? There we go. Just trying to find if there's anything else interesting on this day. Not a lot. Not a lot. Let's see if we can go back to some of these scores for you from the FA Trophy. There you go. So, just a reminder, up-and-coming games for the Rebels. We have on Monday evening. If you haven't got a ticket, unfortunately, you cannot come because they're all sold out on Monday. It's the FA Cup second round proper here at Arbour Park, and it will be Slough Town versus Rochdale. If you cannot get a ticket, then you should find some BT Sport, somewhere that shows BT Sport, and you can put it on there, because Slough will be on the telly. And the FA Cup draw for the third round proper, where the big two lots of the Premier League and the Championship come in, will be held before that game. So we will know before the game, if we were to win the tie, who we would be playing. So that is something to look out for. That is Monday the 4th of December, and it's a 7:45 kickoff. We have the next following game then is on the Saturday the 9th of December, which will be a week this Saturday. Slough are at home to Bishop Stortford, and then the next game is away to Hitchin on the 11th of December. That is away on the Monday evening. And we're just wondering what someone's doing an announcement about something or other, and I haven't got a clue what they're talking about. And it's cold. It's cold. In the FA Trophy, Royston 1, Eastbourne Borough is a half-time, and obviously Slough are losing 1-0. And right, so just if you are coming on Monday evening, the gates will be open from apparently 6:15 in order to get everyone in. That's what it says. So please be aware of that. Like I say, we're not sure if we're going to be commentating on Monday evening. Obviously, it's nothing to do with us. It's because it's a live game. We do have to request permission. It also depends where the camera people would like to set up, because we do have quite a good position here at Arbour Park, and I'm sure that they would like to have that. So if you do want to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio, you can do so. If you're listening via the Twitter, then it's Twitter is at MyFC Rebels Radio. It's all one word, all in lowercase. That'll come through to us. Or if you're listening via the YouTube, and if you're listening via the YouTube, you should have a little screen that says MyFC, I think, on it, the MyFC symbol, and then it says it comes through. There's a comment page, and it'll come through to us here. David Pigelli asks, "Are you on YouTube on Monday?" Well, I might be on YouTube on Monday. I might not be commentating. Depends what else we can film and get away with. There you go. But no, at the moment we don't know if we are commentating. The answer is most probably going to be a no. And the reason for that is obviously it is live on TV, and that's one of the reasons that you do have to be careful about. And also there is a slight delay, so unfortunately, although it's live, when you actually get it, there is a little bit of a delay from coming from when I say it or see it to coming through to you. So there's like a 30-second delay, and you wouldn't really want that, because your Twitter and TV will be going mad, and I'll be sitting here going, "There's nothing happening, goal!" So we're going to see what it is, but we most probably won't be on Monday, but we'll see how it goes. We will put a message out on either Facebook or on Twitter to see if that's going on. I don't know why some bloke's just come and ask me about parking. I don't know. What, do it look like I've got a sign on my back that says, "Do you know about parking?" I don't know about parking. Why ask me? I'm sitting in with a mate. I don't know about parking. I ain't got nothing to do with me. Park where you want. Well, not really. Else you can't. But yeah, please be aware that if you are coming on Monday evening, that there will be some parking restrictions. Because there is only a couple of car parks here at Arbour Park and Lynch Hill. So we would suggest, if you are local, that you make your way either via public transport, or you do what most men would do and tell your missus to give you a lift down to the ground. That way you can have a couple of beers and then she can come and pick you up. Or, of course, your missus could say to you, "Take me to the ground," and she has a drink while you're forced to sit at her home and watch Coronation Street and Gino De Campo's. Oh, what's on a Monday night now? Is it the Martin Lewis? What's today? Tuesday. Martin Lewis show, isn't it? There you go. You can be sat at home watching the Martin Lewis Money Show while she's here cheering the Rebels on. So there you go. We are just waiting for the start of the second half. It should be going on. David Pengelly said, "I will go to pub." I think that's mostly where he spends most of his time, I would guess. Judging by his son, I'd be surprised. Yeah, oh dear. There you go. Good evening, David. Sorry, I know David. It's fine. He won't be taking the mickey out of his son. Everyone does. There you go. So we are just waiting for the start of the second half. Here we've got a few Slough players out at the moment trying to keep warm in what is a exceedingly cold place this afternoon. And we haven't had an attendance yet. And Mr. Watkins, our injured striker, comes by. We've got injured striker one side. Oh, I'd love a cup of tea. One sugar, please. Thank you. This is good, you see, we're getting treated now. I don't normally get cups of tea, but then people have started saying, oh, I'll bring you a cup of tea. So a very thank you to Gary Thomas, who has kindly offered to grab me a cup of tea, which I might just pour all over me, just to keep myself a little bit warm, as it is quite cold here. So just a reminder that if this game does finish today at Arbour Park after full time and it's a draw, then there will be extra time, and then if after extra time there will be penalties, but that is dependent on Slough Town scoring a goal. That is what they will need to do. Oh, it has come over cold. I'm just going to move myself forwards because it has come over really cold suddenly. Oh, I think me bum showing, and the wind's gone down, boom. But there you go. It's a little bit chilly here. But there you go. There you go. What we're doing, I was looking at something on Twitter for you, but I've forgotten what it was. A couple of games already started their second halves already. And we are just waiting for Hendon and the officials to come out. So we're out already. A couple of Hendon players are out. You think they'd want to come out and get it all done with, wouldn't you, really? Get warmed up and get sorted would be... Hold up. Me and the FC video man are just having a laugh here because it's the second time he's asked me about parking. I don't know what's going on. Apparently I can ask questions about parking. I would suggest to you, though, in all seriousness, that if you are coming to the game on Saturday, please be aware that there will be something on the website about parking. And let me I'm trying to grab someone's attention just to see if we could get someone to sort something out. I'm going to see if we can grab John's attention. Is this we can find him? Yes, well, we're going to try and concentrate on this second half. All the players and officials are back out. I'll just wait for someone else to ask me a question that I don't know anything about. But there you go. And we shall just... Let's see if we can get his attention. Just trying to see if we can grab him. Let's see if we can get someone's attention. See if we know anything about parking. Can we find someone about knows about parking? Okay, well, we're going to try and concentrate on the second half. It is about to start. And it started, and then it stops, and it started. So let's now have the kick-off for this second half. Shooting from left to right. Ball on the far-hand side here with Josh Chapman. Played in towards Matt Lynch. Lynch with a ball, takes it in towards Dobson. Dobson with a touch. Plays it out here, and it's won back by Eggleton. Eggleton with a ball straight down, looking for Muir. Muir chasing onto it, but it's played back towards Turner in the Slough goal, who takes the touch and then plays the ball back down the field. Trying to get behind, but it's got too much on it, and Slough won't chase that one. And Eggleton will just see that out for a goal kick. And the second half has started. And we're going to wait for Mr. Thomas to bring me up a cup of tea. And then we're trying to grab someone's attention just so they can put an announcement out about parking, because I don't know what someone's doing coming up. Waiting for Purdue to take this goal kick for this second half. And Purdue does. Takes this goal kick. And it's headed on well by Corcoran, only as far as Nisbet, who plays the ball back, looking for the run of Lynch, but it's got too much on it, and Purdue does well to claim that at the edge of his area. And Purdue just turns and rolls the ball out here to Lee, the Hendon captain. Lee can turn and play the ball down the line, trying to find the run of Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George gets a barge in the back from Guy Hollis, and it's a free kick here for Hendon. And it will be around about 30 yards away from goal, but it's quite tight to the sideline here at Arbour Park, and the referee has allowed Hendon to come and take it a little bit further away from where it was. Murphy takes it quickly for Slough, but it's a wasted ball right into the arms of Jack Turner, and Turner trying to play the ball down here, looking for Warren Harris. Harris up against Murphy. Harris flicks the ball on, but Lee volleys the ball back out of play for a throw here to the Rebels. And the Slough fans trying to make some noise behind that goal. Quick throw by Slough, in from Fraser towards Tugwell, back to Fraser, ball down the line by Tugwell, headed away by Corcoran. Didu wins the ball in the centre and finds Muir. Muir with a good couple of touches, just overruns the ball. Nisbet comes in, good solid challenge by him, but Jackman just puts the ball high up in the air. Didu plays, jumps up and looks for a free kick, doesn't get it. The Hendon management want the referee to get a free kick, and Tugwell is under pressure from Nathaniel George. Played in by Slough, but Nathan Webb comes across to win it for the Rebels. Finds Simon Dunn. Dunn spreads it out here for Jackman. Jackman will try and fight to keep that ball in. Finds Dobson. Dobson trying to flick the ball past Eggleton. Eggleton seems to have recovered from that knock he had in the first half, and it's Bray who plays it back towards his goalkeeper. Chased down. Thank you very much. Oh, Slough almost scored. Let me just give us his ball to Lynch. He shoots, it's blocked by the ball. Back into the centre, blocked on the line again. And then it's hooked clear in the end. I don't know what happened there. I was just telling someone. But still going on there, trying to get something to do an announcement. The Slough had a chance. Purdue with a mistake, but it's skipped off the line twice by Hendon, and the ball's now on the far hand side with Josh Jackman. Jackman down that far hand side, trying to keep the ball in. Up against Eggleton. Eggleton slides on the ball. Jackman wins it back though into Dobson. Just played it a little bit behind Dobson, and Dobson crosses first time into the box. Harris trying to get there. They can't get there, and the ball will come through here towards Uchechi, who just kicks the ball out of play, and it's a goal kick to Hendon. I tell you, I wouldn't want to be a Hendon fan standing near the dugout. Your ears would be bleeding. The Hendon management are relentless, constantly shouting. Or I would say it was encouraging, but I think it is just shouting. Purdue with this long ball down the field, looking for Didu. Didu beaten for the ball by Tugwell. Tugwell's flick on, finds Webb. Hooked away though by Murphy. Comes back from Slough from Hollis. Bounces in the centre where Tugwell and Dunn tackle each other, but falls here towards Nisbet, who plays it out of play. And that's out of play for throw to Hendon, and Hendon in no hurry to take this throw on the far hand side. So Slough had a good chance there, a mistake there by Purdue. From a back pass, and he was lucky. He blocked the ball on the line from Lynch, and then made a really good save blocking the ball again, and then a block on the line from a Warren Harris shot, but it still remains. We've got the hiccups now. Hendon sneaked the ball back here with Muir. Muir finding Joseph, comes through to Didu, tries to get it across to Uchechi, but Slough won it with Fraser. Finds Warren Harris. Harris in towards Lynch, and it's trying to find Fraser, but won by Murphy. Murphy looks up, finds Muir. Muir turns, ever present to come deep and get the ball. Finds Murphy. Murphy takes on Lynch, who slips on the surface. Ball played in here looking for Nathaniel George. In towards Uchechi. Ball played forward looking for Muir. Muir is onside. Gets to the byline, gets behind the club. Ball back in here towards Nathaniel George. Takes a touch. Shoots, but it's wide of the goal. In fact, it's taken a deflection off a Slough player. And it's a corner to Hendon. Hendon looking really good. And again, that man who's causing all the problems for Hendon is Nico Moore. He's getting behind the back line, and he's got a lot of skill as this young man. He is the Bostik Premier League leading scorer. It's so difficult to say. I'm just not going to say it from now. It's a corner here to Hendon, to be taken by Joseph. Hendon just waiting to make some movement. Ball played into the far post. Headed goalwards, but an easy save for Jack Turner there. And Turner tries to get Slough on the attack here, trying to find Warren Harris. Harris trying to take a touch. It hits him on the leg. Murphy in a foot race with him. Murphy's first to the ball. Clears it down the line, but straight out of play for a Slough throw. And the Slough subs get the ball there for Tugwell. Tugwell's throw finds Fraser. Fraser under pressure from Nathaniel George. Finds Simon Dunn. Dunn under pressure. We'll give it to Guy Hollis. Hollis gets a little foul there and wins a free kick for the foul by Nico Muir. And it's a free kick to Slough. Oh my God. I can hear him shouting, and I'm like much higher up. It's a quick free kick taken by Slough. Comes here to Nisbet. Nisbet has the ball, finds out Jackman on the far hand side, half inside the Hendon half, back towards Nisbet, and he looks up. Still no option for him, and Togwell is sat back in and chips the ball out here to Fraser. Fraser takes a high bounce. There's a heavy touch and loses the ball here towards Uchechi, scorer of the first goal. He puts the ball in looking for Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George 1-on-1 with Jack Turner. Goes past him. It's a goal. Is it? No, a great save by Jack Turner. Just managed to block it with his legs, and it squeezed past the post, but on the wrong side for Hendon, and it's still Slough Town 0, Hendon 1. But Hendon have had 2 good opportunities to get back into this, put a second goal, but they haven't taken them here, and Slough got to defend a little bit better than they have done for the start of this second half. There's another corner here for Hendon. Again, Joseph is the player that comes across to take this corner for the Greens, again in swinging, and Hendon have also got this little routine works out. And Joseph puts the ball in. Goes, it's cleared off the post there at the back post by Simon Dunn, off the line. Comes here towards Warren Harris. Harris takes a touch here, finding Matt Lynch. Lynch trying to hold the ball up. Murphy gets a touch of it. Comes off him last. It's a throw to Slough. And Slough take the throw quickly, trying to find Warren Harris. Harris up against Eggleton. Eggleton wins that battle well. Into the centre for Bray. Bray chips the ball into this clear night sky. Underneath it is Josh Jackman. Good defensive header. Finds Dunn. Dunn's touch, trying to find Nathan Webb. Webb trying to win the ball back on the far hand side, but he's looking for a free kick for a foul. Doesn't come, and it's out for a throw to the Rebels on that far hand side. I'm just going to take some tea while it's warm. And Slough will just waiting to take this throw with Josh Jackman on the far hand side. His throw finds Nisbet. Nisbet under pressure for more in towards Jackman. Again, Hendon putting some pressure on the back four of Slough here. Played in towards Dunn from Nisbet. Here towards Togwell. Togwell spreads it towards Fraser. Fraser with a touch in towards Hollis. Hollis, first time ball. Looking for the run of Dobson, who's got through the middle. Dobson trying to get clear through. A touch there by Lee. Takes it away from Purdue. And Purdue has to come and clear. And clear he does. And it's a good clearance by the goalkeeper. But Dobson almost getting in through the middle there. And they take the throw quickly. In towards Jackman. Jackman with the cross in. Comes off the head of his own player, the Green Hendon player, and it's a corner to the Rebels. Comes off the head of Bray. Oh, dear me. Oh, I don't think I've ever sat to people so loud. It's going to be a corner to the Rebels, which James Dobson will go across to take. Slough fans making a little bit of noise behind that goal. I'm going to try and see if we can give you some latest scores from around the ground. As Dobson takes this in-swinging corner, goes deep to the far post. Headed goal was by Nisbet, but it's not far. It's the wrong side of the post and out for a goal kick. And Matt Lynch acts as the ball boy to put it on the line for Purdue. And trying to see if there's any latest scores coming on. It's a bit early in the second half at the moment. And the referee is telling the Purdue to get on with it. He's still hasn't taken the kick. He's finally taken the kick. Headed away, though, by Togwell. Finds Lynch. Ball played in here towards Warren Harris. Harris had his shirt tugged, and the referee sees that. And the... can you... I don't know if you can hear it. Hendon management are going absolutely mental. And I wouldn't be surprised if Hendon gets some major sponsorship deals with Strepsils or Hall's Mentholatus. It's going to be a free kick here to Slough. Lynch taking it, good 30 yards away from goal. Two-man wall here for Hendon. 10 minutes of this second half gone. Lynch with the ball, chips it in towards the goal. Purdue drops it. Oh, and he juggles the ball over Nathan Webb's head. The ball bounced in his hand. He didn't grasp it. He just happened to flick it up over Nathan Webb's head as he came in on the goal line and then caught the ball at the second attempt. Purdue clears the ball straight out of play here for Hendon, and it's a throw to Slough, 10 yards inside their own half. And it's going to be Hollis that will take this throw for the Rebels. Hollis looking to throw the ball inside, finding Mark Nisbet. Nisbet's got plenty of space. Finds Josh Jackman just on the halfway line. He can turn, opens his body up, but plays it back towards Nisbet. allowing Nisbet to play it in towards Dunn. Dunn with a quick ball. Oh, he's given the ball away poorly, has Dunn. Ball played forward, looking for the run of Muir. Muir up against Hollis. Both have speed, and then Hendon do really well with Nathaniel George cutting off the back pass, and then the ball gets come from Hollis, and Hollis still has the ball, just up against Nico Muir. Hollis shrugs off the challenge, gets a foul, and it's a free kick to Slough, but good play by Hendon cutting that out. Turner tries to take it quickly, finding Warren House on his far hand side. Murphy defends it really well, and it comes here to Uchechi. Uchechi back towards Murphy. Murphy, the left back, plays it down the line, looking for Nathaniel George. He's come inside, does really well, holds the ball up, and then wins a cheap free kick there for Hendon. Silly foul by Guy Hollis. 4 Slough players around him, and Hollis just gives him a little tap on the ankles. It's a free kick to Hendon there, and it's 40 odd yards away from goal. Murphy will take this for Hendon, hopefully. I think he's going to try and take it. Hendon just waiting for their management team to calm down. Quickly taken by Lee, finds Murphy. Murphy comes down his left hand side, in towards Nathaniel George. Heavy touch by him means that Nathan Webb can win the ball for Slough. Webb under pressure, plays the ball in here towards Lynch. Lynch takes a good touch, plays it past Lee, then runs down this right hand side, gets the better of him, gets to the byline, looks to cross the ball in, hits it hard and low. Defended well by Bray, who does well to clear. His clearance will come out here towards Fraser. Fraser under pressure from Muir. His ball comes out though towards Nathan Webb. Webb plays the ball back in towards Lynch. Lynch crosses first time. There's not a Slough player in there, and Eggleton plays it back out, and it's a throw to Slough right by the corner flag. Hendon defence not talking to each other there. There wasn't a Slough player anywhere near. Slough take the throw quickly with Dobson in towards Jackman. Back out towards Dobson from Togwell. Jackman cuts inside, crosses first time, headed away well by Lee, comes towards Nisbet. Nisbet takes a heavy touch, loses the ball here towards Uchechi, and Uchechi can break here for Hendon. Just urged to slow it down, finding Murphy on the run. A good sliding tackle from Fraser, then gets trodden on by Murphy, but accidental. And the ball here with Nisbet, plays a nice little ball here towards Webb. Game ramping up in intensity, ball play free, looking for Dobson, but Purdue gets there first for Hendon. 13.5 minutes gone of this second half, and the second half here at Arbor Park has come alive, but it's still Slough Town 0, Hendon 1. That goal in 32 minutes is what separates the two sides here. As Purdue puts another long ball down the field, Daydu wins the header, finds Nathaniel George, beaten to the ball though by Nisbet, then cracks and thought it was a foul there, but it was one back. Ball trying to find Muir, headed away by Hollis, and comes here towards Fraser. Fraser with the pass in towards Webb, gets the ball back to Fraser, and then looks up, back in towards Webb to Fraser. So now trying to keep the ball and create a bit of space. Dobson finds the space, back here towards Nathan Webb. Webb spreads the ball onto the far hand side for Jackman. Jackman just has to come back on himself here. And Slough really struggling without the fact that they've got no strikers on the pitch. They really aren't finding a run from a forward player. Ball played forwards by Nisbet, but it's straight out of play for a throw to Hendon. And you can really see that Slough are lacking the fact that there isn't a natural striker on the pitch. They've got no one making those kind of runs for them. And Matt Lynch has acted as ball boy to get the ball back for this Hendon throw on the far hand side. Eggleton with the throw, hooked away though by Jackman, then headed on by Joseph, headed away by Slough, comes here for Warren Harris. Back out towards Fraser. Fraser takes a touch and tries to speed the play up a little bit. Ball blade in here towards Nathan Webb. Back here towards Warren Harris, leaves it for Fraser. Fraser tries to keep the ball in, does, but he only hits Murphy, but Murphy gives the ball away here to Matt Lynch. Lynch looks up, finds Simon Dunn. Dunn will spread the ball out here towards Jackman. 10 yards inside the Hendon half. He's got Dobson inside him if he needs him. Chips the ball forward, looking for the run of Simon Dunn, but it's got too much on it and is out of play for a Hendon goal kick. And it's 15 minutes gone of this second half here. Hendon still leading by that 1-0 at the moment. Only thing that separates the two sides. And Manny Williams just warming up down that sideline for the Rebels as the ball's been played out here, headed away by Corcoran, comes off the head of Fraser to find Warren Harris on the halfway line. He plays the ball here looking for Lynch. Lynch allows the ball to run across his body up against Uchechi, plays the ball down the line here towards Nathan Webb. We're trying to get there, gets clattered by Lee, but a really good tackle by the centre back there. And it's a throw to Slough, deep by the corner flag. And they are going to let Warren Harris take it. A goal in the game between West Brom and Newcastle. It's West Brom 1, Newcastle 0. Let's just see if we can find you some scores. It's going to be Hollis with this wrong throw, right by the corner flag here for Slough, and this attacking position for them. And Hollis, good throw into the box, headed on by Nisbet, comes out to the far post, done. Just can't keep hold of it, and it's just run past the 18-yard box. Chips the ball in towards the goals. Underneath it is Nisbet. Comes back out here towards Dobson. Dobson tries to hook it back in. It's gone way out of play, and it will be a throw to Hendon on that far-hand side. And Slough trying to put some pressure on the Hendon goalkeeper, but as of yet, Purdue doing well to keep a clean sheet. There's the Slough fans making a little bit of noise, just trying to get behind their team. Ball comes off the head of Togwell, finds Dadu, but Slough win the ball back here with Lynch. Lynch gets fouled, and it's a free kick to Slough, around about 25 yards away from goal on the far-hand side. And it will be Lynch that will take this free kick. I'll give you the latest scores in a second, as Lynch takes this free kick for the Rebels. 25 yards out. And it's Lynch going to take this free kick. Hits it with some pace. Comes out through. Spilled by the goalkeeper. Bounces around the penalty. It's been hooked clear. Comes out though towards Nisbet. Nisbet looks up. Finds Lynch. Lynch under pressure from Nathaniel George. Plays the ball out here towards Togwell. Togwell tries to play it into his left and goes through to Purdue, and he does well to grab that with Guy Hollis standing right by them. And again, Hendon blocked the ball on the line somehow, and it's not a goal. Latest scores in the Southern Premier League: Banbury 0, Kettering 1, Basingstoke 3, Weymouth 1, Biggleswade 2, Kings Lynn 1, Bishop Stortford 3, Dunstable 1, Chesham 1, Stratford 1, Gosport 0, Kings Langley 1. St Ives 1, Hitchin 1 and Tiverton 2, Merthyr 0. Ball played forwards, but Hendon are offside. So those are the latest scores from the Southern Premier. And again, Nathaniel George just kicks the ball away this time. And again, the referee, Mr. Raymond, doesn't see anything there. Plays the ball from Turner. Headed on by Dobson. Finds Lynch. Lynch will try and keep the ball in that corner flag. Does well to keep it in. Up against Eggleton. Plays it off Eggleton for a throw to Slough. Slough just trying to make some space. 19 minutes ball. Ball played in. Headed away well by Lee, the captain. Togwell gets a touch. Only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet's ball comes through towards Dunn. Dunn can turn. Chips it on the far-hand side. Looking for the run of Lynch. Got too much on it again. And goes out of play for a goal kick. And Slough fans doing their best to try and get behind their team at the moment. As... let's see if we can find you some scores. Not much going on. Long kick by Purdue, headed off by Hollis. Comes out on the far-hand side, though, to Joseph, who's been quiet in this game. Comes down that line, does well to beat Togwell. Tries to get a cross in, it comes off... was it given there? He gave the goalkeeper... The linesman just gave a goal kick, but the ball clearly came off for a throw. Corrected it. It's a throw to Slough, taken quickly. Ball's hooked away, though, by Bray. Comes through towards Nathan Webb. Just hits Webb on the back there, and Webb's adjudged to a foul. Corcoran, and it's a free kick to Hendon. And it's on the halfway line here. And it's Corcoran still down, injured at the moment. Was going to be Bray that will take this free kick for Hendon, literally on the halfway line. Bray takes it, looking for Didu. Comes off the head of Nisbet. Out here towards Nathaniel George. Oh, his ball was Paul. Plays it into the path of Dobson. Dobson a chance to run at the Hendon defence. Cuts inside on that near-hand side. Finds Jackman. Oh, Jackman just turns it backwards instead of looking forwards to Togwell. In towards Nisbet. Oh, Nisbet does well to go past Nathaniel George. Still runs with the ball. Trying to find Jackman and Dobson. Comes out here towards Nathan Webb. Webb holds the ball up well against a couple of players. Didu gets a swing at the ball and gets to it. Trying to find Muir. Muir up a foot race to... against Hollis. Muir with the ball, takes a shot, and it's a really good one-handed save by Jack Turner, low down to his left, but forces a really good save, and he rolls the ball out here towards Jackman. Muir with a really good chance there for Hendon, well saved by Jack Turner. Ball out here towards Warren Harris, up against Murphy. Harris takes the ball down well, trying to go to the byline, gets a chance to cross, it's been blocked. Dobson will try and get there first for Slough, does run on the edge of the box, got Turner, Dobson there. Ball crossed, headed away, and then clicked on by Zach Joseph. Comes out here to walk Nisbet. Nisbet puts his foot on the ball. Finds Jackman on that left-hand side. Jackman with the ball. Crosses first time. And it's got too much on it. It's out of play. And I think you'll see a substitution here for the Rebels. Just going to wait to see who it is. I can see who's coming on. And it's Hendon with this goal kick here. 22 minutes, coming up to 22 minutes gone of this second half. It's still Slough 0, Hendon 1. The goal coming from Uchechi is all that separates the two sides here. Togwell rises up with Dida. Dida wins the header. Comes through to Nisbet. Nisbet beaten to the ball by Nathaniel George. Nathaniel George fouled by Togwell. Dida tries to take the free kick quickly, but Fraser guides it back towards Turner. Good play there by Fraser. Long ball forwards here by Slough, trying to find Lynch. Lynch's header comes out here towards Warren Harris. Harris with a touch in towards Webb. Webb first time ball trying to find Lynch, and Lynch jumps in the air, and the referee has stopped the game for a second to have a word with Lee Togwell, I think, for something that was said. As it is, it's a throw now to Slough, around about 20 yards away from the Hendon goal. Hollis again comes forward to take this throw for the Rebels. Long throw in the box, bouncing around in the air. Comes here to Uchechi. Poor touch by him, but he gets a lucky second touch. And now a chance for Hendon to break, but Josh Jackman's first to forward the ball to Slough and plays it across towards Lynch. Lynch with the ball in towards Dunn. Dunn towards Jackman. Slough back in numbers in defence here with Nisbet. Nisbet's got Fraser at centre back alongside him, while Hollis is in the right back position at the moment. Nisbet has the ball. Finds Josh Jackman inside his own half. Hendon are pressing the Slough back four here, putting them under some pressure. Slough giving the ball away here. One back by Nathaniel George. In towards Muir. Muir's supposed to be onside. Gets across goal, but he blazes it wide. He did look a little bit offside to me, but the linesman said he wasn't. And Muir will be disappointed not to have taken that chance. He could have wrapped the game up for Hendon there, but unfortunately he doesn't, and it's a goal kick to the Rebels, and it remains Slough Town 0, Hendon 1. And just a reminder that if Slough do manage to score and it stays as a tie after 90 minutes, it will go to extra time. Long ball forwards by Slough. Bounces across here towards Dobson. Hits it first time. It's a good save by Purdue, then cleared by Murphy. And Purdue in the Hendon goal produces a really good save. Low down from a volley from James Dobson. My apologies there. Sorry, Dobson. It was a good save though by the goalkeeper and cleared by Murphy. It's out for a corner to the Rebels. And Dobson takes it for Slough, puts this one into the area. Headed away well, though, by Corcoran. Headed back in by Togwell. Bounces around towards Warren Harris. Trying to flick the ball in. Comes down to the edge to Slough. Blocks the shot from Guy Hollis. Blocked. It's gone out for a throw to Slough, right by the corner flag. Slough with the pressure on here now on the Hendon defence. But Hendon withstanding everything that Slough are throwing at them. And it's going to be Hollis. Long throw into the box again. Comes through. Headed away well, though, by Didu. Comes out for a corner to the Rebels. And Dobson will go across to take this corner for Slough. Slough with a good spell of relentless pressure here. But Hendon are standing up to everything that Slough have thrown at them. Looks like there will be a double substitution for the Rebels in a second. And it's Dobson to take this corner. Played it right in. Goalkeeper comes, gets a touch. It's another corner to Slough. And Slough will make a double substitution of Wells and Williams. But they're going to let this corner come first before they go in. And again, it's Lynch this time to take this in-swinging corner from the far-hand side. Slough aren't dwarfed by some of the Hendon players here. Slough not with a lot of height in their team. Looking for some movement. Played it in towards Purdue. Purdue grabs the ball at the back post. And a good save by the goalkeeper there under pressure in his box. And he just holds the ball down here and just allows his team to get down and plays the ball down. It will come through here towards Nathaniel George. Fraser wins the header for Slough, though. In towards Dunn. Dunn just played the ball down. Fraser's still injured from that clash there. The ball up here towards Lynch. Lynch is chest down. Only finds Corcoran. Corcoran with the ball over the top looking for Muir, but it's got too much on it. And goes through to Turner in the Slough goal. Turner takes a touch out of his box. Muir tries to close him down. Ball played forward, looking here for Dobson. Over the head of Eggleton and Dobson. Bray trying to keep it in on that far hand side, up against Lynch. Lynch keeps the ball in really well. Forces Bray to clear. His clearance comes off the head of Didu, but only finds Dunn. Dunn out towards Togwell. Togwell towards Nisbet, just inside the Hendon half. Switches it to the far right hand side, looking for Warren Harris. Murphy with the header, only as far as Fraser. Fraser finds Warren Harris, who's got a bit of space. Goes past Murphy well. Crosses to that near post. Goalkeeper comes and pushes it away. Dunn trying to get there. Didu blocks it well. Really good play by Didu. Then plays the ball forwards, looking for the run of Muir. Muir up against the two centre-backs, and Hollis goes down with a little push in the back. And it's a free kick. Substitutions for Slough are Josh Jackman coming off, and coming on is George Wells. These substitutions on 72, and coming off is Lee Togwell, and coming on is Manny Williams. So these substitutions on 72 minutes, it's Josh Jackman off, and also Lee Togwell off, coming on George Wells and Manny Williams. And this is Manny Williams' first action since the Gainsborough game. I think he wants to be ready for Monday evening, just having a little 20-minute run out, just to make sure that his groin injury is okay. And the game will restart with a free kick to the Rebels on the far-hand side with Jack Turner. Turner just takes this free kick from just outside of his penalty area, looking for Warren Harris. Ball falls kindly into the box. Harris is down, injured, and it's a head injury, and the referee does really well to stop the ball. Oh, there's so much shouting going on from the Hendon bench. Oh my dear. They don't need a loud hailer at Hendon. If there was an air raid warning, you'd just get the Hendon management team to just shout it, and then everyone in the world would hear it. You can say they're vocal, to say the least, and it's Warren Harris who's down injured for the Rebels at the moment. The referee has stopped it, but it does seem to be just an ankle injury. So while we have a break in play, let's go and see if we can find you some scores from around. Oh, some fireworks going off there. What's going on? Who's having a party? And why were we not invited? Mr. Pengelly's got too much time on his hands. He's put loads of scores up on the thing, but I'd have to read them, and it's difficult. Quite cold here now. I'm going to put some gloves on, actually. I forgot I bought gloves today. Okay, I got one glove on. That'll do for the moment. Harris is coming to his feet. Kings Lynn have equalised, so it's 2-2. Biggleswade 2, Kings Lynn 2. Let's see what else we got. Basingstoke 3, Weymouth 2. I'm trying to see what else we can find for you. I'm trying to find some other scores for you, but for some reason I can't seem to find them. The ball's been thrown back by Slough towards Purdue, who just waits for Manny Williams to come back before he picks the ball up. And Purdue looks to take another long kick down the field. And it's headed away well by George Wells. Then flicks on the head of Bray. Comes on the far-hand side to Dobson. Dobson takes a touch in towards Wells. Wells finds Dunn. Dunn has to stretch, but finds Dobson with the ball. Dobson plays it off Nathaniel George. It's a throw to the Rebels. And Slough waste the throw there, and it's now a throw to Hendon. Unfortunately, Slough trying to take it too quickly. It's Eggleton on that far-hand side with the throw. He's trying to find Zojef. Comes back out here towards Corcoran. Corcoran's ball forwards only goes through to Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner can claim that one easily. I put second glove on now, it's fine. Should have put them on earlier. Ball comes through to Didu. Didu wins the header well. Only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet's ball hits Didu, and Nathaniel George tries to chase it down, but it goes through to Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner plays a long ball forwards, again looking for Dobson. Oh, it's been missed by Eggleton and goes out of play, and Slough will be able to try and pin Hendon in deep in their own half. We've got about 15 minutes left of this second half to go, this FA Trophy replay. It is Slough 0, Hendon 1. And Slough, if it stays like this, will head for only their second home defeat of the season. But they are pleased to say that they've finally got a striker on the pitch here now after Manny Williams coming on. And quick throw by Hendon, flicked on well by Corcoran, headed away though by Wells, comes in towards Dunn, Dunn flicks on, headed away this time by Joseph, comes out here towards Slough with Dobson. Dobson plays it towards Wells, who immediately flicks the ball on the far hand side towards Fraser. Fraser looks up and finds Nathan Webb. Webb now playing, Slough playing more of a 4-4-2 with Williams and Lynch up front. Ball's here with Wells. Wells trying to find the ball of Warren Harris. Harris on the edge of the box, takes it down on his thigh, crosses the ball first time, comes off Murphy and spins and comes out for a corner to the Rebels. Couldn't see what was going on there, but it's a corner to Slough. This time Slough going to let Matt Lynch come across to take this one. And we're into about 13 minutes of the game to go. Hendon still with this lead. This will be an out-swinging corner. Hendon, all their men back. Every player back in the penalty area for Hendon here. As Lynch takes this one. Oh, it's a poor ball by him. It's one back though, thankfully, by Dunn. Dunn just up against Uchechi. Gets the ball back here towards Lynch. Lynch crosses first time. Headed away at the far post by Didi. Comes into the centre with Fraser. Fraser's header is headed away by Corcoran. Trying to find Nathaniel George. He's got a chance to break here for Hendon. Oh, goes past Wells easily. Still has the ball, but this time Fraser comes across with a challenge. And Fraser gets a little crack on the ankle there, but shakes that one off. It's a throw though to Hendon on the far hand side with Eggleton. And Eggleton, quick throw in towards Joseph. Joseph flicks the ball on, but straight out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And it's going to be Wells that will take the throw on that far hand side. 10 yards inside the Slough half. Takes a quick throw in towards Lynch. He's come deep to pick the ball up. Under pressure, tries to find Fraser, but Fraser takes his eye off the ball. Manages to get a hold of the ball. Second attempt, and then plays a ball in here towards Webb. Webb takes it first time. Heavy touch by him allows Uchechi to come in and get the ball. Uchechi with the only goal of the game so far is what splits these two sides. Back here towards Murphy. Murphy with the ball down. Headed away by Fraser. Stopping Uchechi. Gets Slough watch as the ball comes from Corcoran. One back by Dunn. Corcoran tries to win back the second header. Finds Muir. Muir has the ball and trying to flick it into the path of Nathaniel George. George gets to the edge of the penalty area. Cuts inside. Still running with the ball. Finds Muir. Muir trying to play the ball through. Gets an unlucky one too. And then Fraser with a superb challenge just as Muir was about to fire. And I think Muir will get a booking for the lateness of that challenge on Sean Fraser. Fraser's okay. Just going to wait for the referee to indicate that. He is giving a yellow card to Nico Muir. My maths is really bad at the moment. 79 minutes, that yellow card. Just for the lateness of that challenge on Sean Fraser. It'll be a free kick to Slough just inside their own penalty area. There'll be a third and final substitution for the Rebels in a second. And it's going to be Turner to take this free kick. It will be, they're going to take the substitution now actually. Sean Fraser's taken that knock. So Fraser comes off and Nathan Smart comes on. Fraser just, I think it's just to protect his ankle there. He did have a knock the other week, and he's played well tonight, Sean Fraser. But that last challenge, that last challenge has maybe just been too much, and Slough protected by putting on Nathan Smart, and he feels into that right back position. So we will wait for Turner to take this free kick for Slough. And Turner goes long on the far hand side, looking for Wells. Wells beaten to the ball by Joseph, but he goes straight out of play. So it'll be a throw to the Rebels. And it's going to be, they're going to leave it for Hollis to put a long throw into the box. Instead, he takes a short throw here towards Wells. Wells looks up, chips the ball into the box. Manny Williams is there, headed away, comes to the edge of the penalty area. Where Lynch hits it first time, takes a deflection. That's a corner. And Slough have a corner here. We're into the final 10 minutes. And Hendon looking to make a substitution here. But it's going to be Casey McLaren coming on. Hendon don't have a board, so I don't know who's coming off. Neither does anyone from Hendon, because everyone stayed on the pitch. Who's coming off? Come on, come on. Where's your indicating? They don't know who's coming off. No one knows who's coming off. Gary McGann's just come across. John Underwood's had a word. I still don't know who's coming off. Let's have a look at his number because no one's... Nathaniel George is the player that comes off. And coming on is Casey McLaren. So that's your substitution. Is Nathaniel George off, McLaren on. And then Slough will take this corner once the linesman has got into position. And it's going to be Dobson to take this in-swing corner. Played into the box. Headed across goal by Nisbet. It just took a glance, and it just wasn't enough glance to take it inside the post, outside of the post, and wide. And we enter the last 8.5 minutes here. And it's Slough Town 0, Hendon 1. And Hendon at the moment will be progressing into the next round, where they will play Bath or Margate in the FA Trophy, unless Slough can do something in these final 8 minutes plus whatever is added on of the game. Purdue with the kick on the far hand side finds McLaren. McLaren's header will only find Dunn. Dunn plays it back here towards Nisbet. Nisbet goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Turner. Turner can take a touch of the ball and bring the ball 10 yards outside. Just overruns it a little bit, forced to play it quickly, but Wells is in a bit of space for Slough on that far hand side. Wells looks up, volleys his cross in, trying to find Williams. And in fact, the referee has indicated it took a touch of a Hendon player. I honestly can't see how that has taken a touch of a Hendon player, but the referee has said it has, and Slough have a corner, which is totally unexpected. And it's going to be Dobson to take the corner, and Slough just arguing that there's a Hendon aren't back 10 yards. It's going to be Dobson to take this corner. Puts it right underneath the goalkeeper. He gets a touch, does he? It's another. No, it's a goal kick. In fact, there, Purdue under pressure from Lynch. It's a goal kick. And Nico Muir is... Oh, Nico Muir's just over some tablets of some kind. Whether he's got a headache or something, I don't know what it is. I dropped a tablet. So having a tablet. Ball played in by Purdue. Flicked on well by Joseph. Only comes through as far as Hollis, and Hollis can volley the ball forwards for Slough. Trying to find Warren Harris. Harris is on that far hand side. Ball goes out of play for a throw to Slough on that far side, right by the corner flag. And Slough, their pressure on the Hendon goal has not brought an equaliser yet. Eggleton with this throw on the far hand side. Trying to find McLaren, headed away by Harris. Comes here towards Corcoran. He plays it back towards Eggleton. Eggleton overruns it, hits it off Matt Lynch, and it's out for a throw to Hendon on that far hand side. We're into the final 6 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on. You can add on about 2 minutes for that substitution, I think. Eggleton again with this throw on the far hand side. Played it in, headed away by Harris. Flicked on by Nisbet. Eggleton's underneath it for Hendon. Flicked on by McLaren. Comes here towards Muir. Muir holds the ball up well. Trying to find Zach Joseph. Slough win the ball back with numbers around the ball. Ball here with Nathan Webb. Pokes the ball out here towards Smart. Smart looks up, finds Dobson. Dobson playing on the right. Finds his first touch in here towards Williams. Williams has the ball for Slough. First play. Does well to turn. Finds Lynch. Lynch then finds Smart, who's in a bit of space on this right-hand side. Plays it in here towards Williams. Williams flicks the ball up. Finds Dobson. Dobson comes onto this side, crosses with his first time ball. Played out to the edge of the box, and a good touch there by Didu, just blocks the ball. But then Casey McLaren hits it straight at a Slough player. Cleared in the end by Lee, looking for Muir. Muir gets it on his head. Lynch is there first for Slough. Plays it really well in towards Hollis. Hollis will look up and play it back towards the goalkeeper Turner. Turner can then launch the ball down the field. Looking for Dobson. Dobson up against Corcoran. Clash of heads there. Came off Corcoran last. It's a throw to Slough. Dobson wants to take it quickly and finds Lynch. And Uchechi gets there first for Hendon. Hollis, though, heads the ball into the area. Joseph hits it at his own player, Dida. Then smashed clear by McLaren. And, they all leave it for Turner to come forward and play the ball down the low. Comes down and bounces around. Bouncing around. Comes through in the end. And it just bounced behind two Slough players. And in the end, it was Lee, the Hendon captain, who cleared it well. Slough pressurising again. Back here towards Murphy. Murphy with the ball down the field. Hollis will get there first. But Muir and Uchechi stand on the ball. Hollis trying to get there first. But Nico Muir's done well to win it. And then Dobson fouls Muir. And it's a free kick here to Hendon. Couple of yards inside the Slough half. And they'll take their time with this one. The Rochdale man, the spy from Rochdale. Dobson just getting a yellow card here for that challenge. On or about 86 minutes. The man from the spy from Rochdale, has just helped elderly Noreen Breedle to the boardroom where she will be presenting her Man of the Match award. It's a free kick here to Hendon. Lee standing over it. If you've blown the whistle, get them to take it. Come on. And Lee finally takes the free kick, looking for McLaren, who's ghosted inside. Heads the ball across the penalty area. Uchechi tries to get there first. It's Wells who gets there, but it comes off Uchechi last. And out for a throw to Hendon on the far-hand side. And we're trying to see if we can find how many people. Quick throw here by Slough, deep in the outside their own box to Wells. Wells smashes that ball forwards for Slough, trying to find Williams. Williams with a little back flick on, finds Dobson. Dobson here trying to play into Williams, but it's won back by Lee. Impressive in that back four for Hendon tonight. And then the ball's played forward here by Joseph, looking for the run of Muir. But Hollis is there first for Slough and plays it across to Turner in the Slough goal. Turner looks up, plays it here, looking for Warren Harris. Harris wins the first head and has to get his own little knock on here. And under pressure from a couple of players, still wins the ball. Finds Manny Williams. Williams just pushed off the ball. In fact, it came off Williams last. And we're into the final 2.5 minutes, plus whatever the referee adds on here. And Hendon are just taking their time. The referee telling them to get on with it. But you should really be getting a yellow card out when the time on like that is terrible. Lee with the ball down, headed up by Webb, comes through to Uchechi. Uchechi, scorer of the only goal, robbed of the ball again by Nathan Webb, then gets absolutely clattered there by McLaren. And again the referee keeps his cards in the box. And it's a free kick to Slough. Slough are going to send everyone forwards for this one. Turner's going to take it. It's on the halfway line, this free kick. Slough just sending everyone back here at the moment. Turner with this free kick deep into the box. Aim to the far post. It's come through into the centre. It's bounced into the hands of Purdue off the thigh. I think it was George Wells. But Purdue in the Hendon goal under real good pressure stays on his feet and grabs the ball. The attendance tonight, 626. Congratulations on everyone who's come here tonight in this freezing cold. Purdue plays the ball. Goes straight out of play from a throw to Slough on the halfway line. Quickly taken by Dobson, who finds Wells. Wells chips the ball forward again, looking for Warren Harris on this near-hand side. Harris gets a flick on here, trying to find Williams. Williams equalises! It's deja vu! It happened on Saturday, where Hendon scored a last gasp equaliser. It's happened tonight for the Rebels. It's Manny Williams. Slides the ball through Purdue's legs. It's an equaliser for Slough on 89 minutes. Manny Williams with his 9th goal of the season. So congratulations to Manny Williams on that goal. 89 minutes, just like the first game. A last gasp equaliser. Has it taken this game into extra time? Are we going to be here till midnight? Hendon have the ball. Played back here towards Lee. Lee under pressure. The referee has said there'll be 2 additional minutes here for one of these sides to try and get a winner. Balls have come out off McLaren last. It's a throw to Slough. And they're going to leave it for Hollis to take, are they? Hollis will take this throw for the Rebels. Hollis looking to play a long throw down the field. Looking for Harris. Headed away by Murphy and then hit from McLaren off the face of Webb and out for a throw to Hendon. And it's a throw here for Murphy. 10 yards inside the Hendon half. Quick throw here, looking for McLaren. McLaren up against Webb. Webb wins the ball, but can't keep the ball in place. Out for another throw to Hendon. This time 10 yards inside the Slough half. Again, Murphy looking to take it quickly. Finds McLaren. McLaren taken again by Webb. The two of them not far from each other. And again, it comes for a throw to Hendon. Again, Murphy will take it. This one's level with the 18-yard box for Slough. Can Hendon get a last gasp equaliser? Slough will need to defend well here. Murphy with this quick throw finds Joseph. Joseph breaks through, looking for a little bit of help. Comes from Murphy. Murphy takes a touch, crosses inside, goes to the far post looking for McLaren. McLaren heads it goalwards. It bounces in the penalty area, and Turner's first to the ball for the Rebels. And Turner will roll the ball out here for Nathan Webb. We've got about a minute of this game left. Webb plays it down the line, trying to find Lench. It comes off Murphy last. Quick throw by Lench, finds Dunn. Back in towards Lench. He will in turn find Dunn, who finds Webb. Webb takes the touch, leaves it for Lench towards Smart. Dunn turns in the centre circle. Spreads it across here towards Nisbet. Nisbet got a bit of space to bring the ball forwards to Slough. Can we see a last gasp winner for one of these two here? Ball's here with Nisbet. Finds Dobson on the far hand side. Dobson cuts inside. Still running with the ball. Plays it in here towards Williams. Williams back here trying to hold the ball up. But Corcoran wins it off him and plays the ball. But it's too far in front of Zach Joseph. 20 seconds, I would reckon, on the clock here. Ball's here with Nisbet. Nisbet inside his own half. Chips the ball forwards. Lee heads the ball away, only as far as Webb. Webb's intelligent header finds Lench. Lench plays it back out here towards Wells. Wells has got some space here. Looks up, crosses first time. Goes to the far post. Oh, and Warren Harris just couldn't get there at the far post. Purdue had left it. And it's out for a goal kick. And I think that will be the end of the 90 minutes here. And I think we will see extra time here at Arbour Park. And I think this could be the first time we've had extra time at Arbour Park. Purdue to take this goal kick. The referee hasn't looked at his whistle. Hollis wins the header for Slough. Comes through to Warren Harris. Harris tried to play the ball in. Breaks kindly here to Corcoran. Corcoran flicks it onto Dayu. Not Smart wins the header. Finds Lench. Lench has the ball. Being chased by Lee. Lench still has the ball. Plays it back towards Nathan Smart. Smart takes a touch. Chips it on the far hand side, looking for Wells. Wells up against Joseph. Wells' header comes into the centre. Brave volleys the ball forwards. Still no sign of the referee's whistle. Comes here towards Muir. Trying to break for Joseph, but one back by Nisbet. Oh, Slough giving the ball away to Didu. Back here towards Joseph. Joseph tries to skip past. It comes off Nisbet last, and it's a throw to Hendon on the far hand side. This guy thought we're into the third minute of extra time. I don't know what this referee's adding on. But Slough have some defending to do. Hendon aren't in a hurry to take this throw on the far hand side. I think they've settled for extra time here. Slough have used all three of their substitutions, so they're going to have to stick with the 11 on the pitch. And it's going to be Eggleton to... He's not in a hurry to take this throw at all. Finally, he throws the ball down the line. It's going to come here towards Dobson, deep in his own half. Clears the ball here. Bray's underneath it for Hendon. Takes a volley, takes it straight out of play. Manny Williams almost has to jump the fence to get the ball back. Someone's come across to get the ball. Williams takes the throw quickly in towards Wells. Wells has the ball, taken off his feet by Dida, but out for another throw to Slough. Referee still not intent on signalling for full time. Ball comes in towards Nathan Webb, trying to play the ball. Has the ball still here towards Lench. Lench chips in, looking for Warren Harris. Comes off the head of Lee. Dunn will try and get there first, but Murphy's there for Hendon. Plays it here to Ochechi, and that is the full-time whistle here at Arbour Park. It's 1-1, and we will be here for the replay extra time. I don't think we've had extra time here at Arbour Park before, but the 626 who are here aren't going home now. So, yes, we go to extra time here. We're just going to see if we can give you some scores from some of the games from the other ties and in the Southern Premier League, while the two sides just go round and just get there. Full time at Basingstoke. Basingstoke 3, Weymouth 3. Good comeback there for Weymouth. They were 3-1 down. Let's see what we can find for you. Let's see what else is going on. Just about put those gloves on now. It's getting really cold down here.
Spectators that the T-bar is open at the north end of the west stand.
So the T-bar still serving tea. You all right? Enjoying the game?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah? And you're staying for extra time, or are you going home? Yeah, we
Just gone through on the checker trade on penalties.
okay, so Rochdale are through to the Checker Trade Trophy. I don't know which one they're going to put higher, the Checker Trade or the Emirates FA Cup. We shall see on Monday. So just chat there with our Rochdale spy. Okay, so we are just trying to find you some full-time scores. Right, we're going to see if we can find you the full-time scores. So they're just announcing that there might be some additional parking somewhere for Monday evening, but you will need to check the website. So if you are coming back, if you're coming to that game on Monday, then yes, be aware. Look at the website. There will be some. So Gary Thomas getting me a second cup of tea. Good afternoon, Mr. Lillywhite. How are you? 626. So there we go. So we're just waiting for the two sides to choose. The captain's just got to go over and decide which way they're shooting. I haven't got any full times at the moment, apart from I haven't got that at the moment. Give me a second, sir. Let me just see if I can find it for you. Watford have pulled 2 goals back. Watford 2, Man City 3. We are looking Bath City 0-0. That'll go to a replay because that's not a replay. So it's 0-0. Right, so yes. And Bognor Regis have beaten Hemel Hempstead in the FA Trophy. We're going to try and find you the full-time scores.
The Bath City against Margate game has finished 0-0. That will go to a replay.
And we're just going to see if... so we've got Biggleswade 2, Kings Lynn 2. And we're just trying to find if we can find you the full-time scores from the other games, but it hasn't come through here at the moment. So we're almost ready for the start of the second half. It's finished at Banbury. Banbury 1, Kettering 1. As we wait for the start of this...
The full-time score in the Evo-Stick Premier Division tonight is Banbury 1, Kettering Town 1.
I think there's an echo. There's an echo. We are waiting for the second half start. The two captains are just deciding which way they are going. Slough will shoot again for the first half of extra time from right to left. You'd really think that they should do replays during the summer in the cooler months. It's freezing here. Who on earth wanted a replay at this time of night in the freezing cold? I'm going to have to defrost my car by the time we leave here. Still got loads of jobs to do at the end of the game. It's going to be Hendon who will kick off this first period of extra time. And they play the ball here from Corcoran all the way back towards Lee. Lee with the ball forwards. Goes over the head of... and Hollis makes a mistake, but Nisbet's there to play across. McLaren tries to win it. Breaks here for Moore. Moore trying to turn. Well bombed by Nisbet, and it comes out here towards Wells. Wells with the ball down the field, looking for the run of Dobson. Dobson up against Eggleton. Out comes off Eggleton last. It's a throw to the Rebels. And the Slough fans are still making their way round for this first period of extra time. And the ball playing, I can't see because people are walking up and down the steps as usual. So bear with me if I can't see any action. It's a throw to Hendon for Eggleton to take. And Eggleton looks and throws the ball down. Headed away by Dobson, only as far as Dido. Dido's ball forward is left and Hollis volleys it on. Volleyed back though by Corcoran. And Zach Joseph tries to throw his body in the way, but the referee says that's a foul. It's a free kick to Slough, 25 yards from their goal. They leave this for Turner to take. And Turner takes the long kick down the field, looking for Harris. Comes over the head of Harris, breaks here for Williams. Scorer of that late goal for Slough that equalised the game. Back out here towards Dunn. Dunn in towards Lynch. Lynch with a ball that's picked up here by Nathan Smart. Back here towards Lynch, 30 yards away from goal. Spreads it out here towards Wells. Wells likes to be a little bit further forwards when he takes a shot. Still running. Plays the ball in here towards Lynch. Lynch takes a heavy touch. Back heels it. Hooked clear by Bray. Up here towards Muir. Muir holds the ball up well. Finds Joseph. Joseph flicking the ball back, but it's got too much on it. And it comes back towards Turner, who slams that ball all the way down the field. Looking for Warren Harris. Harris does win the first flick on, but it will go straight out of play for a throw to Hendon, deep inside their own half. And 2 minutes of this extra time period played here. And it's a throw here on the far hand side that Lee takes, gets a lucky ricochet to Slough, and it bounces out here towards Dunn. Dunn with the ball forward, looking for the run of Murphy, but Purdue comes at the feet of his own player to win that ball. And it's a good save by the Hendon goalkeeper. And just bouncing the ball inside the penalty area, just hammers that ball down the field. Again, looking for the run on Muir. Muir holds the ball up, but just gets a lucky reflection here towards McLaren. McLaren finds Joseph. Joseph hits the ball straight at Wells. Hits him in the arm, according to the Hendon players, but the referee says no. Ball's now here with Dobson. Dobson can run at the defence. Plays it in towards Wells. Wells, tried to play the ball forwards, but well won there by Lee. And Lee can bring the ball forwards here for Hendon. Just stops and looks and realises how far up the pitch he is. And then realises, hold on, I shouldn't be up here. And plays the ball down the field. It goes straight out of play for a goal kick, to Slough. So we will try and find those full-time scores for you now that we are in the full-time. Someone has very kindly done that for me. We have got Tiverton 3, Merthyr Town 1, Biggleswade 2, Kings Lynn 1, Banbury 1, Kettering 1, Bishop Stortford 4, Dunstable 1, Gosport 1, Kings Langley 2, Chesham 1, Stratford 3, St Ives 1, Hitchin 3, and it finished 3-3 between Basingstoke and Weymouth. Ball in the centre here with Dunn. Dunn plays it back out here towards Wells. Wells chipping the ball forward down the field, looking for Dobson to run onto. Bray has to come across. Clears well and flicked on by Joseph. Comes here towards Muir. Muir does really well. Good play by him. Finds McLaren. Here takes it on towards Joseph. Joseph running down that far hand side. Uchechi on the far hand side if he needs him. Finds him there with a good touch. Uchechi just holds the ball up and then plays it in here towards Corcoran. Corcoran looks up and plays it back out here towards Murphy. The left back high up the field here for Hendon. Trying to chip the ball in, trying to find Joseph. Slough stick a leg out, and it comes here towards Dunn. He then finds Dobson. Dobson looking to try and whip the ball past, trying to find Manny Williams. Hooked clear though by Bray. Into the centre where Nisbet heads the ball on. Williams trying to win the ball, just loses out, looking for a free kick. It doesn't happen. And the ball's here with Lee. Lee plays the ball forwards for Hendon on the far hand side. Uchechi keeps the ball in well. Good play on the far hand side. And back here with Murphy. Murphy swings the ball forwards for Muir. Muir does well to head the ball into the path of McLaren. McLaren trying to play it back in, but Hollis sees it well. And then it's back here with Nisbet in towards Dunn. And then Lynch looking for a free kick. Loses the ball. Back here towards Joseph. Joseph turns and runs down this right-hand side. Goes past Dobson. Still running with the ball. Dobson trying to barge him off the ball, but Joseph does well. Holds the ball up in. Plays it in towards McLaren on the edge of the box. Tries to backheel it into the path of Joseph. And in the end, Wells hooks the ball clear for the Rebels, and it's out for a throw to Hendon. Quite cold here this evening, and it'll be a throw here for Hendon that Eggleton will take 20 yards away from the Slough goal, almost level with the 18-yard box for Slough. Eggleton looking to throw the ball deep into the Slough box. He's going to throw it in here towards Joseph. Joseph up against Wells. Joseph holding the ball up. Couple of Slough players trying to get it. Joseph plays the ball down, goes down in a heap off the pitch, played the ball forwards, comes off the leg of Bray into the path of Uchechi, keeps the ball alive, finds Murphy. Murphy just forced wide, chips it across here, looking for Dadu. Dadu does well to flick the ball on, but only finds Wells. And Wells ball intercepted by Corcoran. Back here towards McLaren. Ball flicked onto Muir. Muir this time is offside, but good defensive play by George Wells anyway. And it's out for a free kick here for Slough. We've played 6 minutes, of this first half of extra time. Still 1-1 as Turner plays the ball down the field, looking for Manny Williams. Williams trying to hold the ball up. He'll break here kindly for Dunn. In towards Nathan Webb. Webb plays a lovely little ball. He's put Warren Harris in behind the defence. Goalkeeper comes out. He plays it into the middle, and yet again at the back after Lee. It is a great defensive play. The goalkeeper was beaten. The ball going across the 6-yard box. Lee gets there first and puts the ball out, but it's a corner to Slough. And again, the Hendon captain at the heart of the really good defending that Hendon have had all night. It's an in-swinging corner for the Rebels. James Dobson will be taking it. And Dobson goes near post. It's headed away by the substitute Casey McLaren. Comes out to the side where it's flicked on by Hollis. Overhead kick by McLaren. Comes out as far as Dobson. Dobson puts it in first time. Back post is Nisbet. Heads it across goal. It bounces around. Hooked clear in the end there by Murphy. In towards Dunn. Takes a touch towards Lynch. Lynch shoots from distance. It's wide. Takes a deflection. It's a corner to the Rebels. And again, Dobson will cross over to take the corner. And it's an in-swinging corner here for Dobson. Dobson just waiting for a bit of movement here from the Slough side. Looks up, whips the ball near post, headed away easy by McLaren. Comes out to the edge where Lynch wins the ball back here for Slough. Finds Dobson. Dobson takes it first time. Hits it deep into the box. Goalkeeper comes and punches. Not the best of punches. Webb gets there first, but his head it bounces tamely into the hands of Purdue in the Hendon goal. And he'll just wait for his side to get further up because Muir is the only player up for Hendon at the moment. But he's going to try and find him anyway. Plays the ball forward. Wells does well to win the header. Comes out here towards Smart. Smart looks up and plays the ball forward. Lake takes a miss there and Bray has to chase the ball back under pressure from Lynch. Plays it out and it's a throw to Slough. Halfway inside the Hendon half. It's still 1-1 here. And Slough take it quickly here with Wells in towards Dunn. He plays it in towards Smart. Everyone behind the ball for Hendon apart from Muir. Smart plays the ball back across here towards George Wells. Wells has got space here to run into if he wants to. He looks up and then drills the ball looking for Dobson. Dobson's flicker header on and it's actually come off Lee. And it's a corner on this near hand side. It's a throw, sorry. It went the other side of the corner flag. Throw taken by Dobson. Finds Wells. Wells back out here towards Dobson. Dobson up against Eggleton. Dobson plays it off Eggleton. Now it is a corner to the Rebels. And it's going to be Lynch to take this corner. And Lynch just waiting for Slough to send some bodies up for this corner for Slough. Lynch just waiting for a signal. Signal comes. Lynch plays the ball in. It's bouncing around. Oh, it's still bouncing around on the edge. Comes through to Dunn. Dunn will play it back out here towards Lynch. Lynch takes a touch. Chips the ball back into the post. Headed away well. Breaks to the edge of the box. Manny Williams has the ball. Being forced away by Joseph. Comes towards Webb. Webb hits it straight at Uchechi. Then Joseph gets a lucky touch. Plays it in here towards Uchechi. And then to one back by Simon Dunn. Finds Nathan Webb. Webb hits the ball in with some power. Placed away. Dunn gets there first. Races to the edge of the box for Hollis, of all people. Gets pushed off the box. Referee says play on. Curling effort. Good save. And it's a really good save by Purdue. The shot from Lynch came in. It was low. It's a good save by him. Got a hand to it. Couldn't keep hold of it. But they managed to grab the ball with both Williams and Harris trying to get there. Good save by Purdue. And it remains 1-1 here. Long kick forwards by Purdue. Hits Muir on the leg and goes straight out of play for a Slough throw. It's going to be Nathan Smart on the far hand side to take it. Finds Dobson. Dobson just playing on the right hand side up against two players. Uchechi's robbed him of the ball. He plays the ball in, but no one up here for Hendon, and it's come here for Wells. Wells finds Dunn in centre circle, turns, finds Nathan Webb. Webb under pressure from Uchechi, but evades the challenge. Back out here towards Dunn. Dunn still running with the ball. Finds Wells. Wells in towards Webb. Webb now sitting in that centre circle position. Plays it out here towards Nisbet. Nisbet slowly closed down, but finds Simon Dunn in an advanced position. Runs straight into Corcoran. The ball finds kindly to Eggleton. Chips the ball forwards. Muir is offside. And it's a free kick to the Rebels. And you'll see a substitution for Hendon. Coming on is 17, Keegan Cole. And coming off is Zach Joseph. And coming off was number 9. So Keegan Cole comes on for Hendon. 11 minutes into this first period of extra time. Still 1-1 here. And don't forget, a reminder that this game will go to penalties if required. Turner to take this free kick from this offside. Around about 12-15 yards inside his own penalty area. Drills it deep into the box. Under pressure is Arter. Does well with a really good header. Murphy will try and keep it in on the far hand side. Does well to keep the ball in, but they'll let the ball roll out here towards Smart. Smart takes a touch. Holds it up in towards Nathan Webb. Webb looks up. It's got a bit of space to find Lynch. Lynch spreads the ball quickly here towards Wells. Wells slowly closed down by Didi, but Wells has the ball at his feet in towards Lynch. Lynch lets it run through his feet and finds Smart. Smart with the ball down the field, finding Webb. Webb crosses first time, trying to find Williams. It'll come to the back post where Warren Harris is on this far side, trying to still create a bit of space. Finds Dobson. Dobson chips it straight at Purdue in the Hendon goal. Good positioning by the goalkeeper there, actually. Right in the centre, looking, instead of coming off his line too far, he back heel and he picks the ball up there. And a long ball down the field here, looking for Muir. Oh, mistake by Nisbet, but it bounces through to Turner, thankfully for Slough, just as Muir was trying to get there. And Nisbet's on the ground, but he seems to be okay. And Turner will just play the ball forwards. And it's a poor kick by Turner. Comes as far as Didu, just inside his own half. Chips the ball forwards. Muir's in an offside position, but Uchechi isn't, and the referee plays on. Ball's here with Nathan Smart. Finds Nisbet. Out here towards George Wells. Wells looks up, drills this ball down here, looking for the run of Williams, but too close to the goalkeeper, Purdue, who comes across and grabs the ball in front of him. Rolls it out here to the captain of Hendon, Arthur Lee. And Arthur just has the ball at his feet, closed down by Williams, but still has the ball. Chips the ball forwards, but that will run all the way through to Turner in the Slough goal. Just comes to the edge of his box to take it out of his seat, and then picks the ball up. And the number of Slough fans who have stayed here and Hendon fans who have stayed in this bitterly cold for this extra time is good. Didu wins the header, comes off his head. He's looking for a free kick. The referee says no. Quick throw by Wells. Finds Simon Dunn. Wells in front of our commentary, plays the ball forwards. Bray heads the ball away. Only as far as Lynch. On his chest. Gives it here towards Wells. Wells goes past McLaren. Plays it in here towards Webb. Inside of that centre circle. Trips the ball out here towards Harris. Harris now back out on the right-hand side. The referee's just seen that Webb got clattered yet again. And quite surprised that the referee hasn't given Corcoran a yellow card here, because those two have been at it all night long. It's been a good contest between the two. But that's clearly a late challenge. He's already booked Muir for a late challenge for Hendon. But he allows that late challenge to go unpunished. So it's a free kick here for Slough. There's everyone's on the 18-yard line of the Hendon box. It's George Wells that will take this. Floats the ball to the far-hand side. Goes all the way through to the back post. Lynch can't get there. And it's out for a goal kick as we play. Got about 30 seconds of this first period to add on. Purdue will take this goal kick as we're deep in extra time. Long ball forward looking for Didu. Won by him. Flicks the ball on now looking for Muir. Muir holds the ball up via his face. Runs straight into Nisbet, who can... Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Waits for the ball to hit Muir and goes out of play. Ball's thrown in here towards Hollis. Finds Nathan Smart. Or Smart under pressure. Goes back to his goalkeeper. And Turner plays the ball long, only as far as Didu. Volleys the ball forwards. Comes across his Hollis, and then Slough giving the ball away, and it's a throw into Hendon. Quickly taken by Cole. Finds McLaren. Back here towards Cole. Cole trying to play it off Wells, and does play it off Wells for another throw. Level with the 18-yard box of the Slough half. In fact, he won't, because that is the end of the first period of extra time. And I think our man from Rochdale has seen enough. And we're just going to wait. Normally they should just swap straight ends. It is really cold here. I'm just going to put my hat back on because my ears are gone. Okay, so I've put my ears on. My ears are on. I've got my ears covered. My head's covered. Slough fans making their way past yet again. And
Monday's game, FA Cup game against Rochdale. Please check the club website.
Okay, so we are just waiting for the two sides to swap in for this second period of extra time to start. And Slough will be shooting from left to right. Again, the fans make that journey across. As Slough will have the kick-off. And Slough have used all their substitutions. And it remains a draw after these 15 minutes. We will see penalties here at Arbour Park. Slough have the kick-off with Lynch. Press the button. And the ball here with Wells. Wells plays it forward looking for Warren Harris. Headed away well by Murphy. Only as far as Lynch. And Lynch just goes past the challenge of McLaren. Lynch goes down, but Murphy gets a touch in. It's a throw to Slough, deep inside the Hendon half. They're going to wait for Guy Hollis to come across. And they take it quickly with Lynch. Finds Webb. Webb back out here towards Lynch. Lynch takes a touch. Out here towards Hollis is now going to be able to play the ball across here towards Wells. Wells chips the ball forward. Lynch has made the run on. And can't find him. It's out of play for a goal kick to Hendon. And Purdue and the Hendon goal will take it. The fans still mulling their way round. And Purdue just wastes some time by running across and taking the goal kick from the other side. And Purdue will eventually put this ball into the box as Mr. Thomas comes with a second cup of tea. Thank you, sir. And Purdue's kick goes out of play off the Slough players, out for a throw on the far hand side. Eggleton with this throw. Flicked on well by Didu. Finds Muir. Muir's header trying to find Cole. One back by Slough though. And in towards Dunn. Dunn finds Nathan Smart. Smart with the ball forward trying to find a run of Lynch. Hits Lynch on the bum. He tries to get the other side of Murphy, but Murphy does well. And under pressure hits it straight at Warren Harris. And out for a throw to Hendon right by the home dugout. Mr. Underwood wants the ball. And it's going to be Murphy that will take this throw. Murphy, he's gone like 10 yards forwards. Takes a quick throw, looking for McLaren. Headed away by Harris. And Murphy will get another chance to take another throw. This time he's 10 yards inside the Slough half. Looks for Muir. Comes here towards Hollis. Hollis head finds Dunn. Dunn with a heavy touch. Means Corcoran can get there first for Hendon. Under pressure. Holds the ball up well. Back out here towards Murphy. Murphy looks up. Hits the ball straight at Nathan Webb. Webb chases the ball again. Gets another deflection off Lee. And so it's another throw here towards Hendon. Well, it's off there. Come on. This referee has been diabolical tonight. I mean, the ball clearly came off where your linesman was standing. And he's allowed him to take it anywhere. Ball played through, looking for McLaren. McLaren does well to keep the ball in. Finds Uchechi. Uchechi looks up. Chips the ball forward, looking for Muir. Headed away by Smart, only as far as Corcoran. Corcoran plays the ball in towards Cole. Cole trying to chip the ball on, looking for the run of Casey McLaren. Cleared by Slough. Up towards Eggleton. Eggleton up against Williams. Williams will chase him into the corner, and it comes off Eggleton last for a throw to the Rebels. Level with the 18-yard box of the Hendon half. Williams takes it and finds Dobson. Dobson crosses. There's no one in the box for Slough, and Arthur Lee almost heads it into his own goal. And Purdue has to run back and claim it on the line, as there wasn't a single player forwards for Slough in the penalty box, and Slough almost scored. And Purdue rolls the ball out here to the captain, Arthur Lee. Plays it out here towards Murphy. Murphy looks up. First time ball down the field. Headed away by Nathan Smart. Trying to find Keegan Cole, but Nathan Webb sticks his body in the way, wins the ball back for the Rebels. Then finds Warren Harris in towards Dunn. Dunn looks up. Plays it across here towards Wells. Wells just has to come a little bit deeper to pick the ball up for that one. Still has the ball at his feet. Finds Dobson on the far hand side. Dobson cuts inside. Ball play forwards to Dunn, who's advanced. Finds Lynch. Lynch now has the ball. Looking for a bit of a run. Run comes from Warren Harris. In towards Nathan Webb. Webb with the ball in towards Lynch. Lynch finds Smart. Now trying to keep the ball here. 5 minutes gone of this. 4 minutes gone of this second half. Ball out here towards Wells. Wells finds Dobson. Dobson comes across the field of play and finds Nathan Smart. Smart takes a touch forward. Tries to play a 1-2 with himself. Gets a leg of a touch. Gets caught there, and it's a free kick to Slough. A foul by Murphy. And Murphy will get a yellow card for that challenge. And it's a free kick to the Rebels. It is Murphy who goes in the book on... I don't have done things first like this. Come on. Don't stand there. Come on. Jeez. Standing in the way and of watching people are trying to watch. Our Rochdale man has moved further to the action. So now have a free kick. Murphy got a yellow card. It's a free kick. It's just outside on the corner angle of the penalty area. Hendon have a two-man wall. Dobson standing over this for the Rebels. Dobson just looking every single Slough. Oh, I was going to say that, and then I saw a player there. It's he whips in hard, comes back out here towards Dobson. He hits it first time, and that's less said about that the better. But that is actually landed on the school roof of the building behind. It's still bouncing on the roof. I don't know if that will ever come down, actually. But there you go. It's a goal kick here for Hendon. Purdue to take. We've played 5.5 minutes of this second half extra time. Purdue with this long kick down the field. Aimed towards McLaren. He's beaten to the ball, but the ball's still bouncing around. McLaren tries to get there first. He comes out here towards Corcoran. Wins the ball, finds Didu. Didu, under pressure, does well to turn. Just plays the ball through. It's come through to Cole. Cole's on side. He's got Uchechi on the far-hand side if he needs him. Cole gets down to the byline. Plays it in towards Muir. And Muir, the leading goal scorer, does equally as bad as Dobson and puts the ball way over the top of the... Are you running out of batteries? Our video man is slowly running out of batteries. Could be here for a long time, I think. And it's going to be a goal kick here to Slough. First chance that Hendon have had for a while and wasted by Muir. And this time Turner plays the ball out here towards Wells. Wells chased down by Didu. Didu does well to block the ball, forces Wells backwards, and he has to go back towards his own goalkeeper Turner. Turner takes it on his byline, then clears the ball long. Finds Warren Harris. Harris takes it on his chest. Finds Lynch. Lynch under pressure. Plays the ball out here towards Nathan Smart. Smart with a little ball in towards Dunn. Dunn can turn. Tries to go past McLaren. Holds him off. Ball in here towards Williams. Williams finds Dobson. Dobson then finds Wells. Wells with the ball inside. It's come off his own players. It's punched away by Purdue. It actually came off Bray last. Dunn will keep the ball in on this far side. And Dunn looks to cross the ball in first time. Headed away. Comes to the edge of the box where Uchechi can take it down for Hendon. And he looks to clear. Looking for Muir. Muir takes it down on his chest well. Really good play by him, but then he just gave the ball away with that last touch. One back by Nisbet. Finds Wells. Williams on the far side for Slough. Williams just holding the ball up, looking for the run of Lynch. Lynch trying to feed it back to Williams. It's got too much on. It's out of play for a throw to Hendon on the far-hand side. And we're playing halfway through the second period of extra time here. Still, Slough 1, Hendon 1. It's a nice cup of tea. Eggleton on the far-hand side to take this throw for Hendon. Well won by Wells, only as far as McLaren. McLaren smashes that ball back. Nathan Smart's underneath it, gets one touch. And then, under pressure from Muir. And Muir wins it back here for Hendon. Just waits for a bit of space. He's got Uchechi on this near-hand side. Finds Uchechi. Uchechi up against Nathan Smart. Just Slough getting back in numbers. Ball chip forwards to Muir. Muir tries to create a space. Gets a shot away, but it's wide of the goal. And it's a goal kick for Slough. And this game is edging towards penalties. Just a reminder, the attendance tonight was 626. And it looks like all of them have stayed here for this extra time, even though it's absolutely freezing. And it's going to be Turner takes this goal kick for Slough, looking for Williams. Williams beaten to the ball by Bray. His header only finds Nathan Webb inside the centre circles. Webb spreads it out here to the right-hand side where Lynch is. Lynch has got Smart on the overlap. Plays the ball back here looking for Dobson. Dobson heads the ball goalwards, but it's come off his heading out for a goal kick. So still 1-1 here at Arbour Park. We look like we are heading... Craig Minter wants to know if I'm doing the radio for Rochdale. We're not sure yet, but I don't think we'll be allowed to. But as for enjoying the night, I think there'll be plenty of other jobs for us to do anyway. So there you go. It's Purdue with this kick. Flicked on well by Didu. Only as far as Wells, though. And Wells looks up, plays the ball forwards. Dobson trying to continue his run, but it's got too much on it. And it'll be another goal kick here for Hendon as we come to 9.5 minutes of this second period of extra time left. Just 5.5 minutes left for someone to get a goal, or we are at the penalties. Purdue to take this goal kick. And he takes a good kick here, played out here, looking for McLaren. Comes off McLaren's head, but he can't keep it in play. And it's a throw to Slough, far side. Wells to take it, just waits for Dobson. Dobson plays it in towards Dunn. Dunn trying to flick the ball on, but makes a mistake. It's one back here by McLaren. McLaren looks up and finds Bray. Bray goes back towards his goalkeeper, Purdue. Purdue under pressure, clears the ball long, looking for Muir. Won by Hollis. Gets a second rebound, but only finds Uchechi. Uchechi trying to release Muir. Nathan Smart's there for Slough. Comes across, clears the ball only as far as Murphy. Murphy looks to play at the cross. Out here towards McLaren, who's got a bit of space here. McLaren cuts inside, trying to find Uchechi, but Lynch, of all people, come back to defend it and plays it back towards his goalkeeper. Turner, under pressure, plays the ball forward. Williams tries to hold the ball up. One back by Bray. Comes here towards Corcoran. Finds Murphy. Williams has chased it down and it's gone right out of play. And little bit of pushing and shoving there between Lynch and Murphy. Ball's here with Slough. Oh, Murphy. Keegan Cole has robbed it off Nathan Smart. Gets to the edge of the box. Breaks into the box. Still going. Trying to chip the ball. And he's chipped it over the top of the net with Muir lurking at the back there. And it looks like Matt Lynch has got a bit of a blood lip there. But there we go. It's going to be a goal kick to Slough. And Slough again, just another let-off for the Rebels. There are a couple of mistakes in these last few minutes, but Hendon have yet to profit on them. As Turner takes another long kick, looking for Wells. Didi's underneath it for Hendon. Can't keep the ball in place. Gone out a throw for a throw to Slough on the halfway line. They're going to leave it for Wells to take. Wells finds Nisbet. In towards Webb. Webb turns under pressure from Corcoran back towards Nisbet. Slough just losing their composure these last few minutes. Ball forwards. Egerton will chase it, but it will go out of play. And it's a throw to Hendon deeply by their corner flag on that far hand side. The Slough management team urging Slough to try to pin them in that area. This time the referee, for the first time tonight, bearing in mind that we were in the last 3 minutes of second half, has finally told a Hendon player not to encroach on the throw. It's taken him that long to realise. Eggleton with another throw on the far hand side. Didi tries to win it. Won by Slough. Only as far as McLaren. Comes towards Corcoran, who smashes that high into the night sky. It comes down. It'll be... it hits the top of the stand, and it's another throw here towards Slough. And it's going to be a throw on the far hand side. So now I'm going to let Hollis take this. We've got 2.5 minutes of this extra time left. Hollis trying to put the ball into the box. Can someone get a last gasp winner here? Or is it penalties? Hollis with this throw. Nisbet tries to flick it on. Comes to Didu. Uchechi actually hits it towards his own thing. And it's a corner. Uchechi has given away a corner late on here. And Slough have got 3 players who want to go and take it quickly. They're going to leave it for Lynch. And Williams has still stood there to try and draw a couple of players out for Hendon. Hendon just being told not to encroach. Then they're going to leave it for Lynch to take this one. Lynch puts it in towards the far post. Comes off the head of Warren House, goes wide of the goal and out for a goal kick. And we've got about 2 minutes of this extra time left. Purdue to take this goal kick. I'm just going to drink this tea quickly while it's warm. So Purdue to take this kick for Hendon. Long ball down the field, looking for Cole. Cole beaten to the ball by Hollis, but it bounces around and finds Dunn. Dunn with the ball to Nisbet. Nisbet under pressure from Cole, plays it all the way back to Turner. Turner, ball bobbles, not off the pitch, but just off the ground. Ball through, all the way through, back here towards Purdue in the Hendon goal. So from one goalkeeper to another, I think the Hendon management want him to pick the ball up rather than waste time. And Purdue plays the ball down the field. It's come back here towards Bray. Bray smashes the ball forwards. Underneath it is Didu. He can't keep the ball in. And it's gone out of play for a throw to Slough on the far hand side. Got a minute of normal time of this extra time left. We haven't had a signal of any kind of extra time. Webb under pressure. Again gets clattered. And it comes out here towards Nathan Smart. Finds Matt Lynch. Lynch with the ball forwards, looking for the run of Dunn. It will come here towards Williams at the far side. Williams cuts inside, still with the ball. Shoots this high and wide and over the top of the barriers at the back. And Nathan, Mark Nisbet just saying to the referee that that's another time that Webb's had the ball and got clattered. And again, you've done nothing, but the referee just allowing it to go on. We've got 15 seconds of normal time. We've had no indication of any extra time. As Purdue plays the ball down here, looking for Dadu. Dadu's trying to flick the ball on. Flicks it on, but only finds Wells. Wells with the ball down the field. It's got too much on it and go through to Purdue in the Hendon goal. And that is full time here at Arbour Park. And tonight's game goes to penalties. So yes, penalties here. Jack Turner just rushing off down the tunnel, as does George Wells. I think some of them are just going for a wee break. It is slightly cold here this evening as we enter penalty time here to see who will go through to the next round of the Bill Base FA Trophy to face Bath City or Margate. They play tonight. They will replay on another evening, and it's all the mixture now. We're just going to wait to see which end the referee should. One of the Keegan Cole has only just come on for Hendon, and he's already having treatment on the far hand side. The video cameraman has had to change his battery. That's how bad it is here. We've all got to go to work tomorrow. We've still got to tidy up and get this ground back to where it was. Could be here a long time tonight. So we won't be on late after the conclusion of this today's game. Once it finishes, we will come almost literally straight off air with a few thank yous. We're going to give you some of the scores from other games in the Bostock Premier Division. Just a shiver, it went down one day. It's Folkestone Invicta 5, Enfield 1, Harrowborough 0, Billericay 2 was the final score. In the National League, Bromley 0, Aldershot 2 was the final score. We have in the FA Trophy, Bognor Regis won 1-0, Royston were winning, Warrington won 3-0, Workington beat Glossop North End 5-1. In the Premier League, I'm sorry if you're going to watch this, Brighton 0, Palace 0, Leicester 2, Tottenham 1, Watford 2, Man City 4, West Brom 2, Newcastle 2. Ipswich surprised Derby County by winning at Derby 1-0, and Reading won at home against Barnsley 3-0. Rochdale went through to the Checkatrade Trophy. They went past the Checkatrade Trophy. So hard to say. Checkatrade Trophy second round after going 1-1 against Doncaster and finishing on penalties where they won 5-4. So both sides have gone to penalties this evening, although I don't think they have extra time in us. So the teams are just out. The goalkeepers are just having a few conversations with their coaches, and it's we wait for these penalties with intrepidation. Wow. The Slough fans are singing, "Can we have the pens down here?" A few jobs to be done this evening as well after it finishes here. The bar is totally empty because they're not allowed to serve alcohol while the football's on. And it's been on for so long. They might as well shut the bar because there ain't going to be money in there afterwards tonight, I don't think. It's a bitterly cold night here. The two captains are in the centre, with the referee to decide who's going to take them first and at which end the penalties will be at. And we wait for the decision. Just going to see what happens here. I would hazard a guess. Not that I've got any secret intel, but I would expect Jack Turner, the Slough goalkeeper, to take one of the penalties. Just a clue, just a little hint there. Good evening, sir. Happy birthday for the 30th. There you go. So we're just going to see which way they are going. It looks like the penalties will be to our right, which is where all the Slough fans are. So those very few hardy souls from Hendon who were at the far end are going to mostly make their way round. And we will wait to see who goes first. And do you know what the worst thing is I can really do for wee. I think having 2 cups of tea and a bottle of water while you're sat here at the football in the freezing cold isn't the best thing to do. But right, we shall see how it goes. It's going to be the two goalkeepers are just standing with each other here, and the managers are just going across, and we're just going to. So I think they're just given their 5 penalty takers. And the Slough fans are waiting, and the goal is going to be Hendon, it looks like, to go first, I think. Hendon are going to take the first penalty, and it will be Sam Murphy stepping forwards for Hendon. Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Murphy versus Turner. Not many have gone home here tonight. They've stayed here for this climax of this game. A few Hendon fans making their way round to get a better view of these penalties. Turner in the Slough goal versus the Hendon number 3, Sam Murphy. Places the ball down. I thought he was a left back, but I think he's going to try and hit this one with his right foot. So Murphy just down here waiting for the referee. Takes 3, 4, 5, 6 steps back. Lines up, shoots, and oh, what a great save by Jack. That is an absolutely stunning save. He gets the right way, got a right arm to it, and pushes it away. Hendon have missed the first penalty, and it's first blood to the Rebels, and that is a fine save by Jack Turner. Matt Letch is up next for the Rebels against Daniel Perdue, the Hendon goalkeeper, who's had a few nervy moments, but has made some good saves. Excuse me. How do you people stand right in the way? Lynch to take this penalty for Slough against Perdue. Lynch runs to the edge of the box, turns, comes up, fires, and another good save. Perdue with a save. No one's going to score a penalty at this rate. 2 great saves so far from each goalkeeper. And it remains 0-0. That's a good save, and now it's up to Michael Corcoran is the next player up for Hendon. Can we get someone to score a goal? Corcoran up against Turner. Corcoran places the ball down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 steps back, strides up, looks and chips it into the net to give Hendon the lead. Corcoran with that penalty. It's 1-0 to Hendon. Stepping up next for the Rebels is James Dobson. Sorry, just drinking a tea. I haven't missed anything. Dobson places the ball down, runs to the edge of the penalty area, turns, looks, comes and faces. Blasts it. It's another good save by Perdue. Perdue saved 2 out of 2, and it's a good save again. And it's Dobson that misses this time. And now Hendon have the other hand in the penalties. And now coming up for Hendon is McLaren. Casey McLaren, who was captain on Saturday, substitute this evening, comes up here to give Hendon a 2-0 lead. It's McLaren versus Turner. So far, only one player has scored so far. Can McLaren make it 2? Places the ball down. Runs to the edge of the penalty area. Comes up, steps forward, places it ball and puts it into the corner. It's 2-0 to Hendon. And Slough really need to score now. And coming forwards for them is Manny Williams. Manny's first game since the FA Cup second round win at Gainsborough Trinity. He was the one that took this tie into extra time. Can he now be the player that gives Slough the chance to stay in this tie? Or is it going to be Perdue with a hat-trick of saves? 2 saves so far for the stopper for Hendon. He starts pushing the bar, bouncing it around. Manny Williams takes 5 steps back, looks up, waits, steps forward, comes up, puts it. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. And Nico Muir thought he'd won. He didn't realise you still had to score a penalty. Hendon 2-0. Slough have missed all 3 penalties here at Arbour Park. 2 saves, and then Manny Williams hits the crossbar. Now this means that Daniel Uchechi, scorer of the first goal for Hendon this evening, has the chance to wrap this tie up and send Hendon into the next round of the Build Base FA Trophy. Everyone seems to think they're around us. They're all leaving. They all seem to think he's going to get this one. But it's Uchechi up against Jack Turner to put Hendon into the next round of the tie. Takes a couple of steps back. Hands on his hips. Little dummy run. Plays up. Puts it in. And Hendon have won the FA Trophy here. Well, not the FA Trophy. The FA Trophy tie. And it's all down to their goalkeeper, Daniel Purdo. Made 2 good saves in that penalty stop out. And they've won through here. It's Hendon who've won on penalties. 3-0. And Slough will be hoping that the penalties don't happen in the FA Cup. The next game for the Rebels is on Monday, the 4th of December. I don't need to tell you what it's about. It's the FA Cup game here at Arbour Park. It's a 7:45 kickoff. Please, please keep your eye on the website, not just about whether we'll be broadcasted, but parking details, all the details that you'll need to know about getting here on Arbour Park on Monday the 4th of December. There is no game for the Rebels this Saturday, so please enjoy your weekend off. If you are going somewhere to another game, go there, enjoy it. Congratulations to Hendon, who have won here tonight. It's finished 1-1 after 90 minutes, finished 1-1 after extra time, and they've won here on penalties. It's Hendon that go through. Until then, thank you very much for listening in. Enjoy the rest of your week, enjoy your weekend, and Monday, if you haven't got your ticket, it's too late, but please, there's a programme called BT Sport. You can watch it all on there. We will be next, live on telly, Monday, BT Sport, and we welcome you to be there if you aren't here in person. If you are coming in person, get your voices going, gargle with some TCP, because we will need you for that game. So if you haven't got your voices, get them ready. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week, enjoy your weekend, and we will be back sometime in the near future, sometime soon, I don't know when. Thank you all for listening, enjoy your nights. Cheers.